Oh.
All right, next up, the rock star, the one and only Thick Comics publisher, Dr. Ben. It's thick, right?
No, I'm
Thick
getting
Comics.
a flashback to all these Stephen J. Canal movies, TV shows. Riptide! Thank you, Dr. Ben.
Yeah. Ben is just yelling, "You're wrong, cats." All right, well, here's
see the Benz on dubs. When I roll 20 deep, it's 29s in the club. Niggas heard I fuck with Dre, now they wanna show me love. When you sell like Eminem, then the hoes they wanna fuck. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Hoes down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cut. Hey, nickel, roll that weed up. If you watch how I move, you'll mistake me for a player, a pimp. Been hit with a few shells, but I don't walk with a limp. I'm out in the hood in LA, they saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, the niggas will tell you I'm loco. And the plan is to put the rap game in a chokehold. I'm fully focused, man, my money on my mind. Got a meal after deal, and I'm still on the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. Her girlfriend with her, they buy and they really can find me in the club. Bottle full of bub, look mommy, I got the X. If you into taking drugs, I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug. If you into getting rough, you can find me in the club. Bottle full of bub, look mommy, I got the X. If you into taking drugs, I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug. If you into getting rough.
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they closed my bank account. I got so much anger and they got no way to take it out.
My flow, my show, brought me the dough that bought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels. Look, nigga, I done came up and I ain't changed. And you should love it way more than you hate it. Nigga, you mad? I thought that you'd be happy I made it. I'm that cat by the bar, toasting to the good life. You that faggot ass nigga trying to pull me back right. When my joint get the bumping in the club, it's on. I'll wink my eye at your bitch. If she smiles, she gone. If the roof on fire, let the motherfucker burn. If you're talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cuz go and switch the style up. If nigga hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside your head with a bottle of bub. They know where we fucking be. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Look, mommy, I got the X. If you into taking drugs, I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug. If you into getting rough, you can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Look, mommy, I got the X. If you into taking drugs, I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug. If you into getting rough.
bitch. There it is. Oh my gosh. I thought that thing was never going to, I had to push the manual. I had to reset it. All right, folks. It's your favorite friendly neighborhood Dr. Ben's Comics here once again. Doing a random kind of midday stream here. Saturday, shouting out to the Comix group. Can I make me small? There we go. Yeah, see the Comix group. It's a Comix group Saturday show. That's what it is today. I sent it. I don't know if anybody's around. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like just a last minute. Figured I got to get on here. I got to finish this picture. But I figured, well, hell, see if anyone else is around. See if anybody's up. They are. If they're not, they're not. You know how we do it here. If not, we'll put on some music or something. Let me flip it around here because what I'm working on. I could do that. That would make sense. Is bring up what I'm working on because I think today is the last day for this this business here. Yeah, let me do that. Since we don't got anyone else here right this second, and to give you guys explain what we're doing. That's what we're doing. There we go. Yeah, I'm on the page. That's awesome. Okay. So this is Ray Ray. Ray Ray is Happy is the name of this fellow over here on Twitter or X. He's a comics guy. He has a contest. What is that? He's also friends with Clippa, young Clippa, the rapper. Okay, yeah, this is what we're trying to show. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, that looks horrible. Now I'm stuck in there. No, Christ. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Arvindo Stanapar. Am I saying that right? I'm sorry. I can. Arvindo Stan. Nice glasses, sir. Thank you. So today is the last day. Today is the last day for submissions for the Draw Veto contest. Post your veto on X, it's Twitter, and tag Ray Ray is Happy before midnight tonight on April 11th. PST, so Pacific time. So I'm on Eastern time, so I definitely have got enough time to get it all straightened away. I'll show you where we're at here. I'll take that out. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move this so I can. It's April 12th. Son of a what? No way. If I messed up spring forward day, they might I'm gonna do it anyways, even if it's not gonna get in there, just gotta do it for the love of the game. So this is my piece that I'm working on. It's this is gonna be veto. How can I make this so it's like no? I don't know how to make it so that my camera is the same size as the picture I'm sharing, but this is Vito, this fella here they get the picture of. So I've got the glasses, you can see that, and I've got, he has hair, he's got a little beard. Here they have a crown on him, so I think you can go with other images because like he's sharing other images they've had too. It's it's like a joke. What do you call it? It's a joke. It's a whole. There's something I don't follow all of this. Apparently, Vito made a comic or didn't make a comic, I suppose, called Super Killer. Or Date Too Late, sir. I'm going with I think I'm still. Mine says it's the 11th, so it might be the 12th over in. Are you in a different place in America? I'm not trying to dox you, but if you're you're in a different part of the world, it could be the 12th. But that's what I'm saying. Even if it's the 12th here and I'm too late for the contest, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like, this is one of the other entries here. Well, this is a good one. This is it's by Weege. This is fine. That's him sitting in a pile of garbage, I guess. Okay. So there's different. Oh, here's another one. Who's this? This is by Grim Jim. Nice picture by Grim Jim there. So that's what I figure. Go through some of these, and then work on mine. Oh, here's another. This one's What is? That's what's kind of disturbing. Like, is that's like his stomach is coming out the sides of his t-shirt. That's all right. He has like a claw for a toenail. Okay. And like his nose is really okay. So like they're all kind of like gross out pictures here. This is a fun one. Here's him. He's got a knocked out tooth. This is from Drongo. He says his drawing hand is broken, but he still wants to have a crack at the contest. Oh, it's a blackface veto comedy. Oh no. I don't know if that's supposed to be one too. Well, anyways, there's going to be several of these, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of these people putting in contests. Maybe they're already all in, and I'm too late. As I'll ask them for you know what I'm saying, like an extension, if that's the case, if I am too late. So you are a fan of comics, sir? Since when? I would say since, well, at least since '89, when the Batman movie came out. Probably before that. I remember being a fan of like Fantastic Four, but I didn't know like how to get comics. Like when I was a little kid, I didn't understand, So now I make my own comics, like Van Piglet. And it came out just this last, is it September? Either September or October. Actually, this gives there's a picture from when where's it at here? Son of a gun. Here, I've been a fan since they killed old Superman. I remember going to get the Superman death issue when Doomsday killed him. We did like an extreme splatterpunk version of the Death of Superman comic, because different people were complaining that the traditional Death of Superman comic was not, it wasn't epic enough, is what they felt. And we've wanted to answer that call and help put together a crackpot team of bootleggers, of comics bootleggers. You're more into manga since the 2007. Yeah, that's like when I started like manga and anime, it was like there was definitely like Akira was out. I remember we had to rent Akira from the video store. And I had friends that had a bunch of animes. Like they had like everything. They had Vampire Hunter D. That's where I got to first see Vampire Hunter D, was from friends. They had Wicked City and like all just tons of animes on videotapes. But they were, like that's like comics. They had manga that they were like turning into comics by like Ranma Half they came out as a comic, and Inuyasha. I've got some of the Inuyasha comics too. Like there's the Inuyasha mangas, you know, the tankobons or whatever. But then I've got like, you know, they're like, you know, like a normal, like a comic, like a floppy comic, but it's just Inuyasha. But yeah, all of that stuff, Ghost in the Shell, like it's been the jam, you know. So let's see here. Oh, and I'll put on some music here. Pull up. I think if I play this guy's stuff, it'll be like it's like remixes and it's playing on YouTube. So if his thing is playing it, it's not getting shut down, and it's like it's his channel. So just for the Ryan Celsius sounds. Blaze Bus classic. Notice if I might as well show it up. I'm saying it might be. I said I didn't. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's on YouTube, I think if it's on like YouTube and they're like their shorts and stuff, you can play it and it won't. You won't get like copyright strikes. Like you'll get like a copyright note, but it's not. You know, they don't like shut you down or whatever. Saturday too. It was 2 hours when he posted that about the last day. I think about it. I'm like, wait a second. Close. Yeah, just like a chill hangout in Austin, like man, like I'm trying to finish this thing for Ray there. Cryptic Cat is my favorite of all time. Probably, honestly, the Max Sam Keith. He just died too. That's honestly probably my favorite. Like, and there's a cartoon of it too. Like, you can find the cartoon on like YouTube. Yeah, The original picture I'm basing this on, it has his name, Salacious Crumb. See, Salacious Crumb is sitting there, you know, if there's job, he's that little rat guy. So instead of Salacious Crumb, and a little tiny Dick Masterson down there. That's the guy that vetoes the Scream Buddy or whatever. I think his name is like he's like a comedian, I guess. I mean, podcaster, but I think if he ever did like the other thing I've noticed with this being start finally warming back up, what a difference that makes. It's so cold, it's all, you know, thickened up, healed or whatever. Now that it's finally starting to warm back up, oh, whole different world. $2:28 a.m. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You're ahead. You're in the future. So in the future, it's the 12th.
It's the same buy now,
But,
pay later solution for your business, powered by Cash.
What?
Reach more customers.
How's it getting darn? Back to the future, past. So this Dick Masterson fella, he's got podcast with Vito. Like I said, I'm not really like it's hard to listen to like other shows. You do your own stuff because like you don't want to. Also, like I can't figure out what the heck they're talking about most of the time. They make fun of each other a lot. Like Dick seems to torture Vito. Like I think there's something. Vito had a fancy, expensive Pokemon card that he bought. It was very, you know, he wanted it for a while, or whatever. Somehow Dick got it, and of course, ripped it up or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like. I'm not into Pokemon cards. So, I mean, I don't know if maybe it's like that's a big focus of it, those Pokemon. I don't know. They're nerds, so you know it's gonna be whatever they call it, you know, like kind of general nerd content that you know expect on the internet. But I'm happy, like, you know, like when I was a kid, the idea that like nerds would be so popular and like, you know, like that was just beyond. No one would have even imagined this. It was like I remember seeing like comic strips about like people dreaming about their kids being like being able to play Super Mario Brothers. Like that was the big. You saved the princess. We need you. Oh man, they're gonna be able to play Super Mario in the future, be good at it. Oh no. And I guess that's the thing, like people do that on Twitch or whatever. They stream playing games. I could check the. Oh, suspended. Okay, sorry, I can't pay attention to whatever's going on over here. Jeez. Usually we try to play like videos that are like funny and like jokes and stuff, talk, you know, all kinds of back and forth going on. But like I said, I gotta finish this. Thing here. If I don't get it done by midnight, it'll all have been for naught. I gotta get it so it's like colored too. That's the other thing. Like I can't just turn in. Here you go. Here's some black and white scribbles and stuff. I'm gonna have to go through and actually do all the colors for this. I mean, that's exciting, but doing like joke stuff, it's more like caricature. So like you're able to like exaggerate all the proportions, and you know, like the goofier and funnier you can make it look, the better. So saying before, the favorite comic is probably the Max from Sam Keith, and that's who this the art we're basing this on is Sam Keith picture of Jabba the Hutt, or sort of an homage to Sam Keith there. Definitely just like an amazing cartoonist. Just an amazing imagination. You know what I mean? Like some crazy ideas and crazy pictures. Like the way he turns like Wolverine from like a lean, mean fighting machine into like this big, like hairy, like muscle bound, like monster. Like he didn't even look. You know, like his Sam Keith's Wolverine is just insane. You know, it's unlike anyone else's. You know. This thing over here, I'm not even sure what this is. It's like a lamp. Kind of figure out how to draw a lamp in Star Wars. How's that even? Use the Force to make your lamps. My finger is That's one of the things that I like. I like doing like the hell? Drop of ink on there. Jesus. I think maybe I need to thin out the ink a little bit. It's getting too much. Kind of cool thing with the Star Wars or sci-fi stuff is you get away with so much, like just kind of making stuff up because like it's like an alien world or something that we're drawing. Like, how do things look? You just kind of make it up, make it look so it looks cool. Like that's definitely there's stuff that's there. If you're drawing like Jabba's slave barge or whatever, like you gotta draw that little plank and stuff. You probably gotta draw that bucket of frogs that he eats. Oh, maybe that's what this should be up here. That should be a little bucket of frogs. I was gonna have him like pulling. I don't know why. I was thinking to have him pulling out like a little 9-volt battery, like he's gonna lick it. But I think a frog, pulling out a frog from like a that's the thing to do. Oh yeah, that's definitely that little thumb here. But yeah, here we go. He's eating a little frog. perfect. That's what I'm saying. Like I was thinking, like I don't know why I was thinking to have him eating a freaking battery. Like I think it was like a battery would taste bad or something. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, having him eat a frog like the guy like Jabba the Hutt would do. That is definitely makes more sense. I mean, I don't know if Vito would eat a frog. I mean, it is going to be kind of based on him, but I think he probably would. He seems like the sort of person that would be, you know, he wouldn't say no to, especially if people were like grossed out by it. That seems like something he would also be like, oh, people are grossed out by me eating a frog. Hell yeah, I'm eating 10 of them. So I'm trying to make it like he's wearing his little his little short sleeve shirts or whatever, like little flannel short sleeve shirts. That would be funny. So you got to kind of work in his little collar here. That's like, it's too small, so it's kind of covering. Gross. I think I got to put a ring on. But it isn't run out of too dry. Ow. Hold on, folks. Shit. Slight immersion. Too much. I think I got like a drop of pop landed on the keyboard. Oh, I think I got it. Hold on. See it. We good? Yeah, see, look at that. I gotta soak it up out of there. Sorry for this kind of like open joint surgery, guys. I'm sorry. I guess that shows me for just having my trunks over by the keyboard. I've always complained whenever I have someone else over. Oh, don't put your trunks by the computer. What? I'm doing it. I'm freaking place on fire. What the hell?
To get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes, so everyone can gift it, work in it, and take it. Whether it's one of a kind or one for your whole team, if you need it, we print it with 20% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
Sorry about this. Again, this is. I'm saying, I got this in there. What I do is stick your towel in there. It's not coming out wet. Not all. Okay. Boy, freaking unprofessional. Sorry about that, folks. This is every now and then it strikes. This is why I don't do mid-afternoon shows. What's going to happen? Okay. Now we're going to get into it.
That's the only thing. Yeah, it's not one of those like I'm super fell off camera. Like first off, give me a 4-bar drop.
Once we get this done, I got to figure out, finish up all the stuff for issue 2 of Van Piglet. Is the music too low? Ron, let me know. If you're not in the room and you want to come on, oh, I think you're in the comic group. Comic group, satire or something. What's called? I wonder if my interest is got down past one. For some reason, it's like I like. Oh, we're not. Yeah, no worries. Something like it's like midday. Something it's like, you know, like I'll never be screaming at midday anyway. So something I could kind of start it. Got works. Well, actually, you know, if I gotta figure out how to finish the drawing, I might as well. Put it out, you know, not there. Also, the same point with it, you know, you gotta, you're on Comix, you know, great. If you're on the show, where you're not an editor, that's the point. What the hell your comics about? What the hell you have to draw? I'll tell you what's about once someone else gets here. Same with figuring out how to get the work done, get all this stuff. You gotta do it yourself. There. Comic is like the ultimate one man band, you know, like it's all the like one man comics that come out. Erebus, despite having Earhart in the background, it was essentially like a one man comic. Writing it, drawing it, lettering it. Earhart. Not that he wasn't doing anything, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Dave said that. It's crazy. How long it took to do that? Years or whatever, 30 years. all because he decided when he was on a trip that he had to do 300 issues of the comic. Yeah, the Darkbeard's drawing show. But the other side of Goth Night is Goth Hangover. Apex? I can't remember if Apex. I jumped the music down his hair. I don't know if that's better. Like it goes back and forth. Slow, like quiet songs, and then it'll come back up. Either way, Apex, you're in the one. I've got a super shout out to you in the one intro. And that day that you read, you're like, looking for a good kids comic. That's the Van Piglet, Dr. Ben's comic. Story of the dangers of satanic evil. That was a fantastic shout out. I've got to figure out how to sell the next issue of Van Piglet. Like, either got to get there's things I've got to figure out. I want to do a campaign for it. I'm gonna get like the test issues of it. I get like black and white test issues, and then do campaign for the second issue. I can like take my time and like color it, because it's most of the people in Comicsgate like want colored comics rather than black and white, which that's their prerogative. They don't like black and white comics. I'll like color comics for them. I mean, like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people they see black and white stuff and it's like, too many like dumb indie books. There are lots of like dumb comics out there. Like, like you have to acknowledge that. If you're making comics, you have to acknowledge there are lots of bad comics out there, and you're probably gonna make some bad comics yourself. Like, you have to expect that. Like, you expect that, like, people are gonna see your comics and be like, this dumb. Vampire pig lady? Yeah. You know, like people are gonna see it, like, laugh at it, it's dumb, think you're dumb, think you can't draw, fat, ugly, and old, or you know. And you just gotta be like, yep, that's right. I 397 pounds as of today. You know, like you just gotta be able to about how hard you hit, about how hard you can get it, and keep drawing. Just gotta keep drawing. Get up here and use the brush to fill in all that black. The laptop has a virus. On an old desktop, I have to set up a mic and camera on this laptop while I take my laptop to the store. Okay. Set up the mic and camera on the desktop. Yeah. If you want. I don't know. Oh shit! Hold on. You have a guest. Hold on, folks. Let me, I am working on intros for once guest shows up, but hold on.
I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
Yeah. You got Andrew Rowland here.
Hey.
Oh, sir.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah. Here, I'll turn the music down here so it's not too overwhelming.
Just turn it all the way down.
Can you still hear it? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like, it's just kind of it's just like a background beat, but it's not.
Yeah, like, yeah, whenever I stream, like, I usually have the music, like, way, 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 way down. You know, so that you can still hear it a tiny bit, you know, but you won't, you know, but the audience, you know, just wants to hear, you know, hear the people.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying too. Like, if I'm just by myself, if I don't put on like some music or something, like,
yeah,
I'll forget to talk while I'm drawing, and like, you know, they'll be like, oh, I'm not talking, you know, and then so that's what I'm saying. Put on music, and at least the dude is Andrew Rowland.
The dude abides.
Oh yeah. What are you working on today? I'll make you big for a second if you.
I'm like I'm working on a new convention banner.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, I'm doing a new drawing of Mel. Since he got a costume update.
Nice. Right. Did you draw a Vito as well, or no?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
You know, there'll be 3 winners. They say they're gonna pick 3 winners, and each of them.
Yeah, but I never win. But I never win art contests anyway. So.
I don't know. 3 prizes. I mean, the prizes are all golden Vitos, which I think are just
meh.
Yeah, I mean, like, that is the thing. Like, what are you going to do with the golden Vito? Like, if you win it, like,
I'm like, you can't even resell it, you know, because everyone is like, we'll be like, who's, you know, who,
Vito?
you know, yeah, who is this Vito guy?
why is he gold? And like, why, like, they do, that's what I'm saying. It's a joke thing. So I mean, anytime you get joke stuff like that, like the more like absurd and goofy you can get with the joke, and like the more, you know, like in joke you can go with it, is almost like the funnier it becomes, because it's like so few people will even get whatever the reference is that it's like that becomes part of the joke.
Yeah.
Like people are like, golden feet? What? Who's Vito? Like why?
Why should I care?
Right? Like why is there a golden Vito? Like what? Like why does anyone want a golden Vito? Like it's I guess I'll see if I pull it back up here because he's posted pictures of the golden Vitos. I think. Maybe not. You know what? I'm glad I didn't go over to it because now I'm looking and I don't see. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. Here. There. So that's you could. That's what you could win. One of 3 of these. That's a good one. Him is another kind of like a dude image. I think the dude's probably against carrying an AK, but no. Yeah.
No. What is he doing to Bluey?
Oh no. That's what I'm saying. These are just they're just kind of disturbing. So I mean, I figured him as Jabba the Hutt. That's right in line with it. They're not going to be like, you drew Vito as Jabba the Hutt. How could you? How could you? Like you're making fun of his weight. You're saying that's funny. That's funny.
But fat people are funny.
Oh man, that's a nice sense. Eric July with his shoulder hair. That's pretty good. That's what I'm saying. This is Ray is happy when it's something he drew last year. He just seems like a funny fella.
Yeah.
Drawing pictures, making jokes.
And like his sense of humor is not really my sense of humor,
Right. But that's what I notice a lot of times. Like, I'll watch stuff. Like sometimes, like I'll think about like coming on like the church show or something, or and I'm like, I don't have like a good whatchamacallit, like a good reference for a lot of the Frog Tony or stuff, or what's his face, Liam.
Yeah.
Like I like to watch it, but it's like like it's hard for me to like figure out like what is even going on, so I'd be able to like comment on it. You know what I mean? Like I'll watch the stuff with Liam, and I'm just like, this guy is insane,
unhinged.
Right? Like I don't even want to know more about him. But at the same point, I mean, I think it's a good thing to document him. You know what I mean? Because if someone doesn't know about it, I didn't know it was like Liam was so crazy and like all the different stuff. If I had, I don't think I would have gotten Dino King. If I had known he was like all the different stuff he does. And
I don't, I usually, I don't even buy campaigns that much. Like, I think the only two campaigns that I've actually bought stuff from was the Common America Alpha manga and the Silence Do Good comic. Like those were the only things I ever backed. Because like I'm just not interested in the whole crowdfunding game.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is definitely like you have to back something that you're actually interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not into the comic or whatever it is.
Well, because like for me personally, it's like, what's the point in buying something in a crowdfund when I can just wait until it's actually out, and buy it at their store.
Right. Well, I mean, like definitely some of it is the whole like you're helping to get it made, right? Document about frog tongue. Why waste your time? Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it's somewhat sure, like document some of it or some of Liam, but like, so much. Just gotta. Too much will make too much of anything will drive you crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But so that's what I'm saying. Like for me, like how am I gonna like comment on something if I don't even know what it is? You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't have like a really like a good point or anything. Like, and with Liam, like I said, it's like I don't even want to be around him. I don't even want to know. Like it's just like, no, I'm done. Like after all the river thing and all that, and
the chicken coop.
Yeah, just everything is like a one more weird strain, and it's just like it doesn't feel like
welcome back. How can I help?
Open the first list.
Like a cosplay, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a bit or like fun or anything, you know what I mean? Like, like I imagine if you did it right, like saying that like you worked with Jeffrey Epstein, that could be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like if you did it right. But like
I was only there for the snorkeling.
While you're driving with your wife and your like young minor child.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like just weird stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just like
I'm like if only Liam would put in that much, would put in that kind of effort into his own books.
Yeah, so much. And that's what I'm saying. It's just too much. Like you can do jokes about the Epstein stuff, definitely, but like if you don't do them right, they come across as just like weird or creepy or just they don't have the right effect. You know what I mean? You're not like, oh man, tell me more of your funny jokes. Tell me, like
sort of want to respond to Apex, his most recent one about crowdfunding.
Oh yeah. So crowdfunding is a good way to get funded. The stores can only afford so many books on the shelves. Backers are helping creators make their publishing dreams true.
Well, yeah, but like but if you make your own website, you'll still make money. It's not like crowdfunding is the only way to go, or like it's the only way to make money.
Right. I mean, I look at crowdfunding as it's more like it's a commercial. You know what I mean? Like it's more that it's an advertising platform. Because you know what I'm saying? Like if you're actually like about whatever comic it is that you're making, right? You're gonna make it like no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the people, that's what they're doing too, right? Like they're already committed to making the comic when they start the crowdfund, right? And so then they're like more wrapped up with it because like they already have money into it, and now they're trying to recoup some of it. So I mean, like you have people like that, but it's like it's just that's where so many people are that are buying comics that are new creators or small creators that aren't carried by obviously like the big two, but I mean even like the smaller like indie comics companies, right? All these little guys on and those
most of the reason why they do the campaign is because they do like need to make the money back, but it also pays for the shipping. That's why a lot of these books are like over $20. Versus mine. I just got them on Amazon and they're only like $6.
Right. Well, and you're doing all of it yourself, right? Like
like I don't pay anybody, but my editor is just volunteering his time to help me with the story, and I do all the, like the scripting and drawing. So I don't have to pay anybody. So technically, I don't really, quote unquote, need a crowdfund to do it. But for those who do work on a team, that's more understandable to have, to have a crowdfunding, because you have people to pay.
Right. Well, it's look at how like everyone does, or not everyone, but lots of people will do the several different. Oh man, I didn't have my paper up while I was drawing all those freaking chains on there. Why's my thing not coming up? Heck. Not coming up at all. Is my thing not working? What the heck? Is my camera staying the same for you? Like it does? Is it moving at all or no?
No, it seems kind of frozen.
Hold on. Shit. Oh. Why have to do that?
It's loading up and it's blank.
I know, like it shows it like at the bottom. Back to that. What's that?
Are you using like a regular camera, or like are you using like your phone or something?
Yeah, no, it's like a regular. It's like it's working now.
Yeah.
Okay. I was drawing all those chain links. Okay, drawing chain links. Yeah, there's. I don't know how well that's. Once I do erase the pencils, it might look a little bit better. Like that's supposed to look like Dick Masterson.
I
don't know. Big buck teeth.
Well, at least his teeth are actually close together.
No, he's got actually, like, I mean, I'm not trying to turn it into like a stud finder stream or nothing, but he does have nice teeth there. Like they look all not discolored. They're not jagged, snarls or nothing. Just regular.
I'm actually looks like he goes to the dentist.
Is that an Ed Asner type character with the glasses? Glasses is it's turning into Vito slowly but surely. Websites are convenient too, but your websites are a pebble among millions of pebbles of websites. The internet is saturated. The website has to stand out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. With the crowdfunders, is like it's more that it's just it's a place that has lots of people that are buying comics, right? That are backing comics. It's like, what I'm saying? Like if all the people are like buying comics down at Kmart, you don't want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go over to fucking Target just because I'm gonna make my own place.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell them at Kmart. I want to sell them at my own place. Okay, like.
Oh, wait, and I have some of my comics in my local comic book store.
Right, and yours are on what? On Amazon and Global Comics? Is that it?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, the physicals are on Amazon,
Yeah.
and I just purchased, the author copies, which are like, which will cost like $2 to make, and and then I can, and at the local comic store, I can sell it, for like $5, and then the local comic store can like sell it for, can sell it, for a slightly higher price.
Right. Yeah.
But that was like when I was selling like the issues 1 and 2 like as like a single book. But now with with like the single issues, like I can buy them for like $2.30 each, and then maybe sell it for like $4. And then the local comic store can sell it for like $5 or $6.
Right. Yeah, I think like comics, I think they figure are like 60% off, maybe like cover price when they get them through the distributor. I don't know, but I mean that's about what I would figure is like 60, maybe 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Like you double. But also like I've heard like Ethan always says like he marks his stuff up by like 4. Like he does it times 4. So like if your comic is like costs $250, he would charge 10. That's another thing to consider. Like is like, are you trying to sell your comics like for as little of money as possible, or like are you trying to sell them for like more money? You know what I mean? Like if you're just trying to be like, it's not about money, I'm just trying to get them, like you just put them on the internet, like put them on TikTok,
Yeah.
Because like if it's just like because the big companies are always going to win and like be able to like outprice you, like have a better price, right?
Yeah.
Apex says $6.99 retail for a $5 purchase creator owned comic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just a lot of you don't want to devalue your comic. That's what I'm saying is like people look at like smaller creators, they're not going to be like, man, like if your comic costs $5 to make, I would probably put it at like $10, and I would maybe sell it to a retailer for $6. You know what I mean? I would say like retail for the customer would be $10, and I would sell it to a retailer for $6 to be able to cover my cost and at least get $1 for like my time and like delivering it to them or whatever. But yeah, it's the entire thing is like you don't want to devalue like Apex is saying. You don't want to. It's just get everything is free. Like you do a first issue for free, but like always for free, people are just gonna figure shit, it's just free. Must be a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw, but like my mom was calling, and so I'm selling my house right now, and apparently I got an offer on my house.
Oh really? You got to go?
I can stick around. I can stick around for a little bit, and then I gotta then I gotta take a call.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's awesome. Like
you're
selling your house, you just got an offer.
And like if I was doing so kind of back to some of my physical comics, so like at a store, like I usually try to sell it as low of a price so that I can still profit from it, but the store can also sell it for a good price, and when they sell it, so that everybody wins.
Exactly. Because that's like you got to figure with stores, I mean, they've got a hard job. I mean,
oh yeah, it's a really tough business.
I mean, all the comics that like nobody buys, like somebody bought them. It was the store. They bought them. Like, that was the whole thing with the direct market, was that they couldn't return the comics, right? From the, with the newsstand, they used to be able to return whatever comics they didn't sell, right?
Yeah,
so
and if they did, and any comics they don't sell, they'll have to either like really mark it down the price or throw them out.
Right, and you don't want to throw them out like that's
no
throwing away money. You're throwing money away.
Yep.
Pay people to come and take them for you. Every comic you take, I'll give you 50 cents.
Yeah.
Well, that's why like newsstand comics, right? Comics like old stuff from Marvel or whatever.
Yeah.
From the newsstand, like that's why those are more valuable, right?
Yeah.
There's less of them.
Like the
return.
Like I think another issue is that the quality of the comics is that it's like your comics don't have to be the highest quality of paper, like they really don't,
right?
Because the more high quality paper you use, you're gonna have to raise your price, because you need to make your money back. That's why I love the idea from like Alternia, where they try to bring back the whole newspaper print, so that so that the prints are very low, and like even in manga, like they use sort of like a newsprint type of paper, because the comics are all in black and white anyway. So they don't have to be concerned about the color bleeding through as much, and that's why manga, like a 200+ page manga is like $10.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that, but that's exactly. They're using because it is like super cheap paper, like.
Oh yeah. It's very cost effective for them. That's why Japanese manga, like they don't do a lot of color mangas, unless there's like a really high demand for it. Like for Dragon Ball, they now have a full color version. But they normally wouldn't do that, at the very start. So getting like a full color manga, is usually meant for, a manga that, that was like a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. They usually just keep them in the black and whites. No colors. They're not into colors. They don't like colors.
Only the blacks and whites. No in betweens.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. They're interesting. Like I got. Well, actually, I'll show you. I'm like, I'm a huge let me bring up Apex's thing here first. It said Apex says $7.50 to charge for your comic book, and they could sell it for $9.99 or more. Right?
Yeah, but there needs to be more context to that. Like how many pages of that comic is because like a $9.99 sounds like a trade paperback price. But if you're but if you're selling like a single 20 around 20 page comic issue, like $9.99 is way too high of a price.
Well, that's his other thing he's talking about here. Magazines more sellable in grocery stores and other venues. I'm thinking of a quarterly anthology magazine with 4 stories, black and white, 64 pages for $10.99. That sounds.
But unfortunately, I don't think comic magazines sell that well. Like a Shonen Jump, like I remember they used to do prints. Now the monthly Shonen Jump that we get, that we got in the US is not the same as the ones in Japan.
Do they still?
But
did they start printing it again? Because like I remember, like they used to.
No, they're not printing them again. Like they used to, print them physically, but now they completely went digital.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I remember. Like they used to have like the gas stations and convenience stores used to have like Shonen Jump.
Like I remember going to Walmart, and getting a Shonen Jump magazine for like $10, and like the only reason I bought it, was because I wanted the Yu-Gi-Oh card inside it.
Right, I do remember they did have.
Now in Japan, there's like they're still doing physicals. Like I believe they're still doing physical magazines in Japan, because those are still pretty popular, but like outside of Japan, like they pretty much stopped, and decided to just go completely digital. So now you can get the Shonen Jump app and only pay like $2.99 a month, and you can read all the newest manga chapters same day as Japan, translated into English.
Well, and they have that's what I'm saying. They have like such a readership. Like it's, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like they.
Oh yeah.
It's weird that like they have such a readership, but they stopped printing the Shonen Jumps and stuff. Like that's what I think is weird, is that it was such a seller, but then they stopped publishing it. Like,
well, the thing is, like, I don't think
about Europe.
Like, I don't think they were selling that, that well with with the magazines. But the trade paperbacks are still selling. That's why they're still. That's why the trades are still like in Barnes and Nobles. But I guess like the U.S. Sales for the magazine were not really selling that well. That's why they stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is they must not have been like profitable enough or whatever to.
Nah. Well, plus like the Shonen Jump magazines, like, okay, so like in Japan, like every month, like you get like the latest chapters of the newest mangas, like Naruto and Bleach and One Piece, but the Japanese magazines were like a few months ahead of were like a few months ahead of the U.S. So so whenever they came out in the U.S., like that chapter, like the English translated ones were like 3 months behind, or 3 issues behind, and then it started a piracy problem where people started to translate the Japanese chapters, and
so they wanted to all be in sync.
So like it's so this is coming back to me. So I don't think the reason why they stopped was because of profits, though I think it does have some part of it, but I think the main reason why Shonen Jump went digital outside of Japan was to fight the piracy problem. Because it's like, why get a physical Shonen Jump magazine, when you can read, like the newest chapter from Japan, online.
Right, you can read what just came out now, or you can read what came out a couple months ago. Like,
yeah. Like if the internet did, like if the internet didn't exist, like like this wouldn't be a problem. The whole piracy won't be a problem. If the internet didn't exist.
Well, but then if it didn't, then how many people would even be trying to read the manga and stuff? You know what I mean? Like it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying like the piracy wouldn't be a problem. Because like how do how do you translate the mangas, and then like distribute them?
Right. Well, I mean, with something that size, you know what I mean? Like this is the other thing, like piracy for Viz, right? Viz manga or Kodansha, or piracy for Marvel or DC. You know what I mean? Like they're talking on.
How come Marvel and DC don't have that problem?
But they have nobody wants this shit. And have it digital the same day as the rest of them. No one's reading it. Never mind.
Though I'm hearing the absolute DC stuff is doing very well.
Well, but my point is that like for them, like piracy is a different issue, right? Like for them, like piracy is like cutting into their profits, and, like
yeah,
be a major thing. For like a small creator, like it's unethical, but piracy isn't like you're really gonna lose to piracy because like those people aren't gonna be buying it if they can't pirate it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lost sale, but it's a potential. If you have something that they can put their money into, otherwise, you know what I mean? It's a potential fan, though. Is what I'm saying. Like someone who like pirates stuff or gets free books or whatever, just because they're poor now, or they just like to buy. You know, they try it before they buy it. You know, like that's what I'm saying. It's like piracy for a small creator is more something that like you can work with and turn into like your own like sort of advertising campaign. I mean, you don't want to like promote it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can use stuff that's pirated, just
yeah.
You know, hell, it's
piracy for digital books
one copy down the drain for advertising. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's for small creators, it's an entirely different thing than like I said, Viz or whatever. If Viz has got Dragon Ball getting downloaded digitally a million times, you know, like that's. But like, if you get a million people to download your manga, God,
yeah,
I say God like,
but like
you know what I mean?
Like the piracy is a problem, because like like I have King of Justice on Webtoon, so there's like no need to pirate it. Because you can read it all on my Webtoon, and if you want a physical book, then you can come on my website and buy it.
What if someone comes to you and says that they pirated it, and now the theme of justice spoke to them, and now they are coming to
well, they can't pirate it because it's already available for free to read. on Webtoon and Global Comics, it's all there.
That doesn't stop thieves. That's not going to stop a determined thief. They'll steal it, not despite shit.
You can't steal what's already given for free.
But you know what I'm saying? Like people can find stuff that way, and that's how they become fans of something.
Yeah.
And, you can't find out how everyone discovers your stuff. Like it's like it'd be impossible to figure out. You can track some of it, but not the whole thing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's something that like small creators can use, like I said, to their advantage if they. I don't know, like if it's something they can even figure out where it's, you know what I'm saying? Like if you find your stuff on if you found like King of Justice on like a Scanlation site, you'd be like, what? You tell me, like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, like someone like put in the effort,
exactly.
to translate King of Justice into Japanese, so that the Japanese readers, can read it, which I am also considering, doing like Japanese translation of King of Justice, like for like Webtoon or something.
Or not.
Because I do kind of want to reach that Japanese audience, that that icon that Iconic Comics did with Common America.
I think that there's, I mean, well, there definitely is like a kind of like American manga audience. I mean, how many
manga
people bought Scott Pilgrim? I mean, Scott Pilgrim is American manga as it gets.
Yeah.
They even did the
American. Like it's not really American. I think it's Canadian.
Well, North American.
Yeah, Western.
Right, evil America. I heard like calling Canada our evil.
One nation. One nation under Canada, above Mexico.
Yeah, like like,
that's an old like Robin Williams joke.
It works. Take it. All right. I put those there. I'm not really sure what the dude is supposed to be sitting on. Like in this picture, it's just kind of like black, like wherever the little rat guy is sitting. It's like you can't really tell. It's like a little box or something. Maybe it's like the chain goes into that box he's sitting on.
I think it was if I remember from Return of the Jedi, like I think it was like he was on like some like little platform
I wonder
for
if it
him
is,
to
like,
sit on.
because like the chain is coming from the back of her neck, right? And then goes up to, I think the chain comes from the back of her neck and goes over to this, and then the other end of the chain comes out and goes to his hand. So maybe that's like supposed to be a little like the little trap that holds the chain or something. That's what I'm going to try and work with. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do some shading, but but I am not a very good shader. This is why I don't like color my comic, because like it's just too much effort for me to, and I get things done quicker, if I just do it in black and white.
Have you tried just using like one color? Like I did. You have your black and white already there, right? Do like just one color over it, like just a solid, whatever colors you want to go with, right?
Like what do you mean by one color?
Like just fill in like the whole page with like it's just like one color, like red or blue, or so it's like everything is gonna have like that tint. Wait, it's gonna be like it's gonna be transparent, but then you're gonna go through and like just use the eraser to like put in highlights basically. And just like you kind of you use like when you use like the digital eraser where it's got like texture to it. It's like you can I don't know how to explain it. Like it's like you can create so much like depth just using like the eraser, and then like if you need to put the color back, you just use like the spray paint tool. And it's great. Like once you like really get into it, it's like it changes coloring. That's what I'm saying, is like you can just use like one color. You don't have to color in like 50 different colors. You can just have everything be like blue or whatever, and then like I said, like use the eraser, put in your white, and it's like I don't know. It looks right. Like what I'm saying. Like I don't know. There's probably gonna be some sort of name for it, but
yeah.
I was thinking this is going to be like smoke. I don't know if I should have smoke come off the top.
Hey series of bats.
Bats is here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bats. Fantastic.
The one and only series of bats, who I have no idea who that is.
I know it's a fun name though. Like, 'cause I always like when I see it like in the chat, I'll be like, oh, it's a series of bats. I just like it, like it's like a statement, like, oh, it's a series of bats.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a whole series of them. Like it sounds like something that like Edward Gorey would do. You're like, Edward Gorey's new postcard set is a series of bats.
So have you seen the new Super Mario movie?
No, I didn't see the last one.
But it's a really fun movie. It's a really fun movie. Like in the trailer, they show like like Bowser, like a tiny Bowser, talking with Mario and Luigi, and because of the whole like Rotten Tomatoes score, with like the audience versus the critics, everyone is making memes about that scene, and how lore accurate it is.
Are the critics against?
Oh yeah, yeah. The critics are not liking the movie, but the audiences are loving it.
I am just a series of bats. That's a good name.
Just a series of bats, like Batman.
Well, like you have one bat, and you're like, okay, this one has green eyes, and you're like, here's another bat. He has blue eyes. Here's a bat that's got purple eyes. This one's albino bat. This one's got a long-haired bat. You just have a series. A series of. And now, what the hell is things? Usually, it doesn't have freaking commercials on this channel, and now, I bet that's what I'm watching. I see.
The radio.
Yeah, I was watching the wrong one. There's like 2 channels that the guy has going, and like one of them has commercials, and the other one does not. You gotta watch the one with no commercials, or the one with no commercials. For more viewers.
Yeah, just put on like some lo-fi music.
Trapping in Japan. all bats are nuts. They have good intentions. That's what matters, like as long as their intentions are good. It covers a multitude. I just finished the illustration next issue. Ripperologist magazine as well.
But all I could say about the newest Mario movie is that it's a total fanfare movie. It's perfectly aware that it's it's not going to be a thought-provoking movie. And
fan service.
It's all just fanfare. And it doesn't need to be anything more than that. And the makers of the movie are perfectly aware of that.
I think that's kind of like the problem with the original Mario Brothers movie, was that they were trying to make it into something that Mario Brothers was not. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, it's got all this crazy backstory, and King Koopa was Dennis Hopper. You know what I mean? Like what? Why?
Wait,
His
wait,
hair
wait,
back.
wait. Are we talking about the same movie?
Oh, like the original, like the very original
Oh
Mario.
yeah,
Bros.
the live action one.
It wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't doing anything.
It was like
From-
trying to be serious.
Yeah, it was trying to be like, it's a cool movie based on Super Mario Brothers, and it's dark and gritty and blah. It's like, what? What is this?
Monkey.
Exactly. People that didn't want that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta.
Like you seriously cannot do Super Mario Brothers movie in live action. Like you have to do it in animation. Same thing with like same thing with Dragon Ball. Like more specifically Dragon Ball Z. Like you could definitely do classic Dragon Ball in live action, which I hear that Netflix is gonna try to do like a live action Dragon Ball series, since like the live action One Piece has been doing so well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they did do One Piece as a live action. That I haven't watched it, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not I don't read One Piece anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would think it would be hard to do just because like he's rubber or whatever. Like having to do like that.
Well, like
series, boats.
Well, like with One Piece, like it's a very cartoony show, and like the manga and anime, are like it's a very cartoony style, but somehow they managed to pull it off in live action, and obviously, like they are never going to do like the entire series in live action, like that will take them forever.
Right,
which I heard that Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, has said that like the live action series is gonna have is gonna end at a certain arc, which I think is good. Like just let the live action series, kind of be like a promotion for like the manga and the anime,
right?
Which technically like that's all that anime is like especially if it's especially if it's based on the manga series, like the anime is mostly made to promote the manga. That's why like they don't usually finish the manga series, finish the anime series, because they because they want you to go read the manga. Yeah, so they don't. Yeah, so they don't adapt their. Yeah, so they don't adapt their mangas, just for the sake of adapting it into anime. Like it's meant to be like a promotion for the manga.
That's why I'm saying with crowdfunding. That's why I look at it. Crowdfunding really is more of a promotional thing than like it's mainly for like people like me or you or like Apex. Apex does all his own stuff right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't need the money just to make it. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to raise the money to get more pencils and erasers or whatever. You know
I do it all digitally.
Right. You're gonna make it anyways. You're just crowdfunding is just advertising it to more people. Like, hey, this is you want to buy it, you can buy it here. Or if you just want to read it, like that's the perfect place to get out.
Yeah, and I want to give people a way to read it, before they buy it. That's why I'm putting it up on Webtoon and Global Comics. Because like I don't want you guys to like just to buy it, just because I asked. Like I want you to read the story, and and if you really like the story, you can go ahead and buy the physical copy, because people do still want physical prints.
And that's what that's why that's a way you can get like people, or like that's how you were asking before, how like why would someone do a crowdfund thing when they can get the work some other way. Sometimes people just want to do it because, like I said, they just want to support the person.
Yeah.
It's not they need another copy. Like how many people buy like multiple copies of stuff just because
Jim.
they want to support it? I mean,
Jim.
or infamously didn't
Yeah,
Eric July's fans all buy multiple copies of that god awful song he had on iTunes or whatever with that metal guy, fucking like everyone was buying like 10 copies of a single. And they're like, look, we made number one, and it's like, no, like everyone bought 50 copies of the same thing. Like, it's not,
yeah.
Like,
yeah, Jim tells you, who buys like every single thing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so much of it is just that. It's just promotion. Like, so much of. Look at Eric July. Using Eric July as an example, right? How many of the things he has done have been like disasters and like just boneheaded moves and like mistakes? I don't think those are accidents. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a lot of his business plan is to make like stupid decisions or to do things that appear foolish, or you know what I mean? Like things that like pay for dumb things to happen. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to hire these two Satanist witches to be my writers because
or my lore keepers. Ooh,
they're going to be offensive and rile people up because you know what I mean? Like he knows like certain people are going to be upset about this or that. So well, I'll hire somebody that'll make them even more upset. Like he's not interested in making good comics. You know what I mean? Like that was the whole problem that set everything off. Anyways, right? Is that people started asking, well, what's you bought all these ISOM comics? What's your favorite part? Nobody had read the damn thing. It's like he sold $3 million worth of fucking comic. No one read it. Like, that's insane. But that's how you're saying, like you don't want
it's all
just because.
It's equivalent to like supporting your favorite sports team. You're gonna root for them no matter what.
I root for you because they want you to win.
Yep. And that's not how I want to operate. I want you guys to support me because you like the story, not because you just like me as a person. I want you to like the art, not the artist. Right. Because eventually, I'll say something that that you guys won't like. Are you guys suddenly just not gonna like King of Justice anymore?
That's how it happens. That's how it happens. All of a sudden, did you hear what he said about Apex? He said a couple of choice words for Apex Comics guy over there. And, King of Justice.
Apex Comics. He's not a good dude.
He's the one pulling all the strings. He's the one pulling all the strings. All these guys in the back rooms. Apex Comics. Some people call him the master. He's pulling the strings.
They call him the Griff Master. Everybody says so.
And that's a lot. I've seen that before. A lot of people have suggested that Apex is pulling the strings behind the scenes.
He's the Phantom Menace.
Now all of a sudden, all these people are asking for refunds of King of Justice. They're sending the comic back in the mail. They're writing nasty reviews on Amazon. Like, you got people coming out with they're coming after Andrew Rowland. They're coming after the dude. That's a whole, what I'm saying? Like it's a whole
I'm just a little American guy.
Exactly. That's
I'm just a little Christian guy.
freaking Liam's promotion strategies is to tell all these outrageous stories and like get people arguing and like pointing out all his dumb, you know what I mean? Like that's his grift, is telling all these dumb stories, and like he knows people are going to go over them and point out all the inconsistencies or the lies or whatever. And he's never going to like admit defeat or admit he's wrong, or you know what I mean? Like you could show him pictures of him lying or videos of him lying back to back, and he would just.
And he likes the attention he's getting.
That's what I'm saying. That's his strategy. I mean, I don't know if it's like a conscious strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's possible he could be operating on like a, like a subconscious level. Like his subconscious is like creating disasters and things just so he continually has things to complain about. And like,
I heard that in one of the green rooms that like ever since Shane, showed up on the FFS channel, that like Liam has like blocked Shane. Though I would like to see some evidence of that, because that sounds like a lot of he said, she said.
Right. And like, is Shane gonna, even if he is blocked by him, is he gonna like post that?
Is he gonna say is he gonna say something about that?
Right. Guys, Liam Gray has blocked me. Guys, don't block Gray's campaigns. He blocked me. Like, that's what I'm saying. That would.
Ow, he blocked me. Woo!
Yeah, for Shane, it would be a mistake because it would just make him look like he's petty. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That punching down, punching up thing. Like sometimes that's dumb to like bring it into that, but like in this case, like if Shane were to suddenly start arguing all about Liam, like it'd be like he'd be like slumming it. You know what I mean? Like Eric's just interested in the money and attention. I'd be okay with the Saskia hiring if he'd just done it, saying he thought they were good writers and not tried to claim they're a Christian now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's a business strategy, is to create controversy.
Need a little controversy. I like that song. Need to create a little controversy.
Is that like a Prince song too?
I think so. Oh my God, I was like trying to sing it right now. Need to make a little controversy. I don't think it was Prince.
Can't even spell.
What do you think of that?
There's a 1981 funk rock song, controversy, by Prince.
It
was the lead single from his fourth album.
Speaking of Prince,
about his sexuality, race, and religion. The song highlights his inability to understand human curiosity surrounding his persona and is noted for probably this would get us a copyright strike.
Speaking of Prince, oh my God, are you gonna go see that Michael Jackson biopic movie?
Maybe. I just saw the commercial for it. Like,
you better before you disappear. The fire's in their eyes and their words are really clear. Like they're using like all of his best songs in the trailers.
Yeah, I mean it's.
The actor does the actor who's playing Michael Jackson, he does his Michael Jackson voice pretty well. I'm Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he's a good artist, and I mean, they have said that he was not actually guilty of the things they accused him of. So
Yeah, like I've been hearing, like I've been hearing things. Like I think this is what people are theorizing. That the whole, that the whole theme park that Michael Jackson was doing, that the whole reason he was doing that was to, was to save the kids from Epstein.
Yeah, that's most likely. I mean, like that's obvious. It's trying to save.
I would actually like to hear some evidence about that, but but for now, it's all just, he said, she said.
Right. Like, I mean, that would be like hide the kids in the Neverland Ranch.
Yeah.
Safe from
Epstein.
It makes sense. I mean, if I had, like that much money and owned the Beatles catalog and all this stuff.
But why the monkey?
That's to help throw them off the trail. Like you gotta like pretend like you're kind of like a dummy sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a monkey. It's Bubbles. It's the perfect.
Which oh wait, did you know in Dragon Ball, King Kai has a monkey named Bubbles. And that is literally a direct reference to Michael Jackson.
Wow. I did not. It seems like I might have known. Like, was that from the early? I read the Dragon Ball up until, I don't know. I might have read up to like volume 12 or something, and then I have some of the ones after that. But
okay, yeah. So like, I don't so the King Kai, like that happens like in like the Z part of the story, though in the manga, from the original start of Dragon Ball all the way to the Cell Saga, like in the manga it's just called Dragon Ball. Like there is no Dragon Ball Z
Is it when they were still gathering the Dragon Balls?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's okay. I read that. I read those where they're looking for him and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Series of Bats says, I think Jackson was trying to relive the childhood he missed out on. Yeah, that would actually make sense. Because I have heard that like his dad was like very tough on him and his brothers, when they were the Jackson 5.
Childhood stars, they often
I want to go do my own thing.
Prince and punk rock just don't mesh in my brain. I don't know. He's definitely not. I don't think of him as punk, but
the only Prince song I ever heard, was that scene from Batman 1989.
It's like some of the best Prince music.
Who do you trust?
Money. How does he say? He's like, I showed up, but where's the Batman?
He's got my balloons. Why didn't anyone tell me he had one of those things? Bob Gunn.
Is Bob Gunn thing? I do.
Bob Gunn. Going to need a minute or two alone, boys.
Startups.
I'm gonna need a minute or two alone, boys.
Now VC-backed startups.
That was such a sad. I remember that was the only part I didn't like as a kid. I was like, why did he shoot Bob Lagone?
And Bob was the only henchman to actually get a toy.
I know.
Apply now and keep building.
I'm a number one.
And that was like his real. like his friend in real life, like the guy that plays Bob Cocoon. It's like that was part of his like. Well, I'll play it, but I want my buddy to be like my right hand guy in the movie.
I want my own toy.
Yeah, and also he gets his own toy. Like it's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, so so instead of getting paid, he gets paid in being a toy.
well, Shane, he got paid too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Jack was like, that's awesome. Like took care of his buddy. Like all right,
Yeah.
Like I got you in the movie with me. You're like my right hand movie guy in the movie. Okay, and
Until he kills them.
They're also making a toy of you.
Yeah. But I also had to kill you in the movie.
Your character dies, Bob. I'm sorry. He's like, oh, I get it. You know, Batman has to get rough with one of us. And he's like, it's not Batman. Not Batman that gets you. Like, what? Is it? What is it? Is it Robin? Robin gets me. Robin takes out Joker's best friend. He's like, it's not the Joker. What? Who is it? The girl? The girl gets me? Oh no, that's not cool, man. He's like, no.
I would have loved to see how they would have done Robin in the Batman 1989 universe.
Well, you heard they were talking about like was it Arlen Wayans or like having one of the Wayans brothers be Robin?
Huh.
Yeah.
I know that that DC has been doing like the Batman 89 comics, but I don't know if they ever like introduced Robin in that series. And it's not the guy from Batman Forever.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Okay. Hold on. Let me go to my little things here. Where's the breaking news? Hold on. Marlon Wayans was cast as Robin in Batman Returns, 1992, not the 1980.
But then later on they scrapped it.
They cut it during the rewrites. Despite not appearing, Wayans signed a contract, was paid for the role, and reportedly still receives residual checks.
How? How do you still receive checks for not being in a movie?
That's what it says. That's what it's AI telling us this. So it could be trying to trick us. But
yeah,
it says I'd heard this before, and it says there's videos. Why was this cast?
Huh?
Does this
one of these new characters was that of a young Batmobile mechanic who would evolve into the character of Robin, attached to play the part Marlon Wayans. Unfortunately, Wayans never got to play that part.
Oh, he never played him.
Well, yeah, but like, how old do you think he was at the time? Like,
well, so he would have been. That's the time of like Blank Man and all that stuff.
Oh, Chris O'Donnell, I see it.
Yeah, and that
that was in Batman Forever,
right?
Which that was the start of a completely different Batman universe.
Oh, that's a cool picture.
I would have liked to see what the Robin suit would have looked like.
Did they do it in the comic?
Do like Batman 89 comic Robin.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, it should be on here somewhere. Oh yeah, new Batman 89 comic or series. I think it does. I remember reading that.
Can you look up like the images? Yeah, because I just want to see what he would have looked like. At least like in the Robin suit.
Marlon Wayans' Robin may have been called Drake Winston. What?
Huh. Well,
Okay.
I guess the Drake, is kind of a reference to like Tim Drake,
yeah.
but I don't know.
Huh. Oh, it says Marlon Wayans even had a costume fitting for Batman, planned to be introduced as a garage mechanic with an R in his overalls before getting into the Robin suit. Wayans still got paid $100,000 for not being in the movie and gets residual checks from it as well. But this is bleeding cool, so I mean, I don't know if you can what they say, but
Bleeding Cool has a questionable record.
It says it's in the Batman 89 series. It's intended to be set in the Tim Burton version. It's introducing a Robin based on Marlon Wayans, as well as Harvey Dent, Two-Face drawn to look like Billy D. Williams. Yeah. So that's what I remember seeing that Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, I do remember that in the 89 version, like Harvey Dent was meant to be black.
Yeah.
Though I would have loved to see that version of Two-Face.
Who was that?
Robin?
I think that Bat guy called him Robin. Robin. Yeah, like Robin Hood. Nah, dumbass. He said the dude was robbing the store. Oh, that makes sense.
Plus, I think you're thinking of you're thinking of Green Arrow.
You're thinking of the Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. Come on, get it right. all the young kids all know Green Arrow in the 1989 verse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember if this is, what did it say? This is in the Batman issue number 3 of the Batman thing. So
yeah,
that's something I think.
Yeah,
Batman 89 issue 3.
Yeah, Batman.
I think I read the first issue, so I didn't see the third issue though. What does this say? This one says, "What a nightmare! I can't even leave the." Wait, you said 63? That's 62. Mr. Drake Winston called. He said, "You know why? I told you how Selina carved up the firebugs. He thinks I did it. That is awkward, sir."
Wait. Wait. Is that supposed to be Bruce Wayne?
I think so. Yeah. No, that's Alfred. That's
no.
Alfred.
No, on the right side. Is that meant to be Bruce Wayne?
I think so. Who else would be interacting with
Alfred? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare! I can't even leave the. Wait. You said 63. That's 62. Mr. Drake Winston called. He said you would know why. I told you how Selina carved up the firebugs. He thinks I did it. That is awkward, sir. I swear there is never, ever a bad depiction of Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred's always pretty consistently good actors and good if they must have had an evil Alfred story at some point.
Okay, so have you seen what Absolute Alfred looks like?
I have, but I can't think of what it looks like.
Okay, for some reason he looks like Ra's al Ghul, and I don't know why they did that. Because the minute I saw him, I was like, wait, that looks like Ra's al Ghul. But only to find out that it's actually Absolute Alfred.
Oh
right.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, right there. When I saw him, I was like, that looks like Ra's al Ghul. No, that's Alfred. That's Absolute Alfred.
My name is Alfred the Pennyworth. Yes. Praise be to Allah.
Yes, the monarch is not pleased.
Allahu Akbar. My name is Pennyworth. Yeah, I could see it. I still get the absolute series. I told him to cancel it, but
yeah,
I don't.
Like
I want it though, and I'm like, I don't. And they're like, but really, you do.
Yeah, like the Absolute series is interesting because like it's a whole universe that Darkseid.
Is that what Darkseid is? Okay.
Yeah, that's the lore. Is that Darkseid gained the power to create his own universe, and so he basically created like a DC universe, of his own making.
Okay. I've read some of them, but I don't even.
And what Darkseid did to the Trinity was he took away Superman's adopted parents. He took away Wonder Woman's origin story of being born in a Themyscira, but instead she was raised in hell. And the funniest one is that Darkseid took Darkseid took away Batman's money and gave it to the Joker.
Okay. That's what I was like. I was watching something yesterday, and they were saying that the Joker is the billionaire and the Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, that.
Yeah, but that is hilarious because Darkseid knows the real reason why Batman is the way he is because he's rich. So I'm just going to take away his money and give it to the Joker.
That's what I'm saying. It does make bring up a lot of fun ideas. Like if this is the Joker, but the Joker's not isn't he like a mutant monster or something?
He is scary.
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Like I've got the issues. I haven't been reading nothing lately. I've just been I look at him, I'm like, I hate him. Get away. And then I just go back to drawing Jack the Ripper stuff. But how can he be a monster and also a billionaire, is what I'm saying. Because I saw the picture of the Joker. He looked like
because it's the Absolute Universe. I'm sharing the screen of the Absolute Joker.
Oh, here, hold on. Yeah.
Yes.
So he's can talk and everything. That's what I'm saying. I haven't read it.
I think I think so. He's like Pennywise on steroids.
Can he be that's what I'm saying. How can a billion? Unless is it almost like they're trying to do a billionaires or reptiles and monsters thing too?
How he obtains this form is through literally baby blood.
What? Oh, it has to be like a Epstein Island kind of thing or something almost.
Yeah,
blood, and he's a evil looking monster who's a billionaire. It's Elon Musk. That's
Absolute Joker explained.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this down a bit.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Everything you are about to see in this comic book is darker than anything you could possibly imagine. It's just straight up nightmare fuel. It starts off harmless enough and gets insane by the end. So this is the origin of Absolute Joker. Not only that, I got something for you guys at the end of the video. So what this does is this initially kicks off with Alfred, right? And Alfred's basically filling Bruce Wayne in on the nature of Absolute Joker. He says, it's time, kid. I've put it off as long as I could. And he says, but I have to tell you about him. And Bruce Wayne responds, right? Like, I'm ready. So who is he? Bruce is not ready at all, because Alfred is just like, that's the funny thing, Bruce. I've been chasing this man for 3 years, and I'm still not even certain what's real and what's fabrication. Some things add up, and some things make no sense at all. And when Bruce asks, like what? The response of Alfred is, he says, like his islands. He owns hundreds of these tiny islands all over the world, from the Arctic Ocean to the Tasman Sea, uninhabited and impossible to develop. He says wild, useless places, but he spends billions on them, travels to one or another a few times a year alone. And when Bruce asks why, Alfred says, that's my point. No one knows. Satellites show that there's nothing on them. He says the theory is he likes to hunt, but he's a mystery, Bruce, the man in white who doesn't laugh, on and on. And so Bruce just says, okay then, forget what's true, Pennyworth. Tell me what you believe. Now here's a crazy thing. In the midst of all of this is not Bruce Wayne. This is Absolute Joker showing up on one of these islands. In fact, everything that you're going to see here is him. And so in that moment, Alfred says it all starts here with one of the first films ever recorded, maybe the actual first, in 1888, the same year as the Prince's The Round Hay Garden scene. And Bruce asks, right, who am I looking at? And Alfred says, his great-grandfather. And Bruce is like the guy in the top hat. And Alfred says, no, in the makeup, the boy, the clown, Joseph Grimm the First, Jack. The story is he grew up an orphan on the streets of Gotham and made his living as a street performer. They say he was good too, the best around. They say you
best.
Kind of knows like he, he's got like the Pennywise, clown makeup on him.
Could hear the laughter for blocks and blocks, though he himself never so much as chuckled. His reputation grew. He brought his clown act to vaudeville, took the money from that, and invested it in his own theater called Just Kidding, which of course JK is short for that. And he says from there, he invested in silent pictures, funded some big ones. Competition was fierce, but Jack always prevailed by, according to those around him, making people laugh loudest. By 40, he had made a fortune and become a member of Gotham's finest gentlemen's clubs, the Five Gates Club, the Slaughter Select, and so on. It's said that he, Andrew Mellon, John Rockefeller, and old Andrew Carnegie had their own Thursday salon devoted to funding the health and progress of the public. Still, he was never one for the spotlight himself. There are almost no photos of him, no interviews, barely any records at all. In fact, he exists mostly in the shows he produced and the charity. Jack was a major philanthropist. That much is documented, though you won't see his name on anything. A wing of Gotham Med, the Gotham Met, Gotham University. He was especially devoted to children's causes, which made sense given his own rough childhood. Live like a clown, leave the world with more laughter than when you entered. That was the reported motto. Jack died in 1938, according to records, and is buried in a family crypt here in the city. And he says Jack's legacy lived on in his son, Jack Jr., who had taken over the family business in the 1920s and expanded it. Like his father, Jack Grimm II invested in entertainment that would bring laughter to the world, eventually becoming one of the early financiers of television. He created a bunch of subsidiaries of Just Kidding, all named after famous clowns and jesters, Fox, Hero, and the list goes on. And like his father, he stayed committed to philanthropic pursuits, especially those for children. He opened homes for children across the country. By the 1960s, Junior's son, Jack Grimm III, was the central figure of Just Kidding, starting one of the first cable network companies devoted primarily to comedies, children's shows. Jack III was a major funder of public broadcasting. Jack Grimm IV was born sometime in the late 1970s and took the company into gaming systems. He also expanded Just Kidding's philanthropy to global causes, which finally brings us to our Jack, Jack Grimm V, young, smart, and by far the most successful. He was one of the first investors in online gaming platforms, the hardware and software, and a primary backer in GPUs, the chips that the entire world runs on. And he approaches trillionaire status. Jack V has vastly widened Just Kidding's charitable initiatives, international literacy programs, peace organizations, medicine, and aid drops. To those who know him, he is lauded and loved. And so Bruce asks, where is it? And Alfred says, where's what? And Bruce says, where's the smoking gun, Pennyworth? What's so scary about this guy? And Alfred just says, on paper, nothing is so scary about him. Just the opposite. He's the fifth chapter in a story about a family that has made its fortune by embracing that very first love, the clown, helping Americans and people around the world smile and laugh. Sure, he's eccentric, Jack is, likes to go hunt big game alone on remote islands, but all billionaires are eccentric, right? And he says he's a clown classic American success story. And so Bruce just says, I didn't ask you for the story, Pennyworth. I asked you what you believed. And so focusing on this island where Absolute Joker is just going through and killing, some animals, there's a speech bubble. It's almost a murmur from a guy off the panel. And Alfred just says, okay, kid, but for that, we have to go back to the start. He says, to that boy in the alley, back to the clown. So we're actually going to circle back to this a couple more times because he says young Jack Grimm often performed outside a dentist's office. In the 1880s, they'd only just introduced nitrous oxide to dentistry, laughing gas, and Jack would sneak in, leak the gas into the alley, make them laugh, sure, but also make them suggestible, as nitrous does exactly that. So they'd give him all of their money. That act was a trick, a sleight of hand, no different from when Jack Sr. funded his own rivals in vaudeville and in film, playing one side against the other. And that's what my research has found about the Grimm family. They've always played both sides. For a century and a half, these men have invested in one endeavor and its counter. It extends beyond entertainment to all aspects of life. They even fund the war effort and theirs through subsidiaries, all their clown-named companies. The Grimm fund right-leaning news networks and left-leaning ones. They fund the aid and the warlords who steal it. Peace and war, the crimes and the prison. Arc M. They might be the most powerful crime family in history, playing everyone against each other, profiting off the chaos they sow, loyal to no country, no principle, nothing but power. And so Bruce asks, right, but why? How much is enough? And Alfred says, I always come back to that motto, live like a clown. A clown plays the fool while making a fool of everyone else. He's a mastermind, a schemer.
That I'm like, that is actually a good line. Play the play the fool while making a fool of everyone else.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds.
All the gold in the world is not enough. Nothing's enough. And that's when you switch over to what's basically this makeshift hut on this island where Joker's running around going after seemingly somebody. And he just asks, right, hello, is anybody home? And that's where Alfred says, now you know. That's the report that I sent to my superiors at MI6. And that's when you switch over to this old man who kind of comes out by the water. And it's just like, is somebody there? And he says, oh, thank God. I've been trapped on this island alone for nearly 30 years. I don't know how I got here. And that's when he realizes it's Joker. And he's just like, how? Right? And Joker just says, run. And the guy just flees for his life. Right? He just takes off running as fast as he possibly can. But that's the genius about all this, right? The idea that the Grimm family plays both sides against the other. It's like the idea of the Great Gold Rush. Sure, like you may prospect and you might make gold, but the people who really made money in all of that are the ones who were selling the shovels and the pickaxes, right? Playing both sides is the only way to win in a world like this in the absolute universe. And so that's where Bruce tells Alfred, I don't care what you reported to your superiors, Pennyworth. What do you believe? And Alfred tries to shrug it off, right? He's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that. And Bruce just says, tell me. And so Alfred says, okay, Bruce, but it might sound a little crazy. And he says, we go back to that alley one more time, to the clown. Because what I found when I dug deeper was that many of the people laughing in that film died soon after it was shot, twisted in pain, grinning, a kind of strychnine poisoning, one of the few toxins that can be absorbed through the skin, like maybe upon shaking the gloved hand of a small boy. And he says, lots of people who encountered the Grimms over the years came to mysterious bad ends, jumping off bridges, boats, vanishing, business rivals, politicians, reporters. In the 90s, an associate of mine at the FBI, Harvey Harris, began an investigation and died in a boat accident. And so Bruce asked him, right, like, what are you saying? And the response of Alfred is he says, I'm saying there's a darker project, Bruce. I have records of Grimm investments in some of the deadliest inventions of the last 100 years, from the atom bomb to bioweapons, viruses. There's records of them laughing, Bruce, the Grimm 10 at the test, only then. And so while Absolute Joker is chasing down this guy on an island, making sport of him, almost like the story of The Most Dangerous Game, Bruce asks Alfred, what are you getting at, right? Say it. And in fact, Bruce is going to get more and more frustrated as this goes on, because Alfred says, what if those islands are where he puts them, his enemies? What if he just leaves them there for years until he feels like going after them? And where he initially tries to stop the conversation, Bruce says, keep going. What do you believe? And Alfred says, I believe he uses the children, Bruce. At first, he used the ones in the orphanage, and now he uses something else. He's found some way, I don't know, using their cells, using the research done at his arts, some terrible elixir. And so Bruce asks, like, go on, Pennyworth, who is he? And Alfred says, the clown, Bruce. What is a clown? Its whole act is a cruel mockery of us, of humanity, as bumbling and stupid. The clown hates us. You find stories in myth, legends, from ancient times to now. The Pagliacci, the Joker, who burns the kingdom in Bal de Sauvage, the one who convinces us to kill each other, even as he himself preys on us. The clown is death. And so again, Alfred is hesitant, but that's where you start to get into the dark and twisted side of this, because Absolute Joker's chasing this guy down on the island, and then he starts to transform, right? He just says, like, I'm coming for you. And the guy starts freaking out. And he just kind of says, huh, right? He doesn't even really laugh in any meaningful way. And so while Alfred's just kind of dancing around this whole thing, Bruce is like, stop dancing around it. And he's like, say it, right? What do you believe? And that's where Alfred says, I believe that there is no Grimm family, all right? I believe there's no Jack the First, Second, Third, Fourth, or Fifth. There's only ever been one Jack Grimm, and it's him. That maybe it's just his infernal science. Maybe it's some dark pact. I don't know. Like, maybe it's both. And I know how it sounds, kid. I know. But I look at him, and he is something terrible, Bruce, a nightmare thing that stalks the earth. Not a man who never laughs at anything, but a beast that's always laughing at us. The one whose laughter we only hear when it's too late. And so Bruce asks, who is he? And the response of Alfred, he's the Joker. And so literally the Joker transforms into just this massive beastly monster, the likes of which I have never seen. I told you, man, this story is nightmare fuel. There's a reason why Jock drew it, man, because Jock knows how to draw nightmare fuel. And if you don't believe me, go read Scott Snyder and Jock's story, Witches. Dude, that story's phenomenal. And it's the same thing. And so basically, Bruce Wayne just says, I've heard enough. And where Alfred tries to stop him, he says, no, right? I have to go check on Waylon. And so Alfred's just kind of like, I understand, but be careful out there, kid. And so Alfred just kind of muses to himself, right? He says, nicely done, old fool. He didn't sign up for this. Sure, he wanted to fight, to punch back, to scream, but this, in just the last year, the world has cracked itself open and revealed its true face to him. All of its monsters everywhere he looks. And he says, the other night, I found him watching a story about a woman in Gateway City who claims to be magic, some kind of god warrior from hell. Of course, that's referencing Absolute Wonder Woman. And he says, to his credit, he just keeps on. He pushes forward. But did you really tell him about Grimm for his own sake? No, you told him because you couldn't live with it anymore. Because deep down, you are a coward. Of course, Alfred's talking to himself here. And he says, just yesterday, a report put Grimm on one of his islands off the coast of Colombia, but you couldn't let it alone. Even with Grimm 3,000 miles away from Gotham. But it turns out he's not 3,000 miles away from Gotham. The Joker is here. He shows up at his home. And here is where it gets crazy, because up until this point in time, we don't really know anything about him. We've never learned anything about Absolute Joker. But notice this. He lives in a gigantic fortress, a castle, right? This huge manor. When he gets inside, he has a butler. The butler says, welcome back to the manor, Mr. Grimm. It's so nice to finally have you home. Are you hungry? And he says, no, I just ate. Of course, he ate the guy on the island. And he says, I have plans to make, though. So if you need me, I will be in the cave. He basically has the Joker's version of the Bat Cave. So the question that I have to ask for you guys is, what's this called? Is it like the Joker Cave, right? Like, what would you guys call this? But with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this.
Yeah, so that's the Absolute Joker, explained.
I see. Well, let me. Oh, I got to share this one instead. Okay. This is somewhat similar. It's what it made me think of. As soon as I saw the whole new Joker appearance, it made me think of this guy's things. His whole show is about
conspiracies.
He says specifically that the Nephilim looked like clowns, and he shows like all the backgrounds and history of clowns. There's a ton of it. So that's what I'm saying. He has like a panel he's been doing for years about this. This is the connection in 15 minutes. I'll try to.
You can still show it, but I have to go because I got my offer.
Oh, you gotta get your hell yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Do your.
But thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah. Listen, I'm gonna speed this thing up. Where can I'll take this off for you.
Yeah. You guys can buy my books on xpcomics.com. Just like on the just like I have on the screen here. You can get King of Justice number 1 and 2 off of my website, which will direct you to the Amazon pages where you can buy them, and you can also read it. If you're not sure if you want to buy it, you can read King of Justice on Webtoon and Global Comics.
Where are you? I was trying to pull you up on Twitter, and I can't. Oh, is it EV Comics?
No, it's XP Comics.
E-Hero, that's what it is.
That's my personal Twitter. I have a XP Comics Twitter, which is at XP Comics.
Okay, yeah, here it is. I got it. Got that there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I didn't even know about this one.
Yeah, that's where I post up, news.
Post all your nudes there. It's awesome.
No, my news. Whenever I have an update.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
to get the print comics, digital. Excellent. Hell yeah. Facebook, X, Tubes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's issue 1 and 2, and I'm also gonna be at PopCon Indy next month and Indiana Comic Con in June, so you can get the convention exclusive issues 1 and 2 as like a single book.
Oh, right on. Oh yeah, that's just when it gets closer to that, like share the make sure you come back on and everything, or show up on Goth Night too. Well, I guess before I'll try and do a show like before, like what is that, like on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Said in 2 weeks, next month. Next month I'm gonna be at Captain's Comics Toys and Free Comic Day. I'm gonna be working on the next issue of Van Piglet. That's what I was saying. I'm gonna have the black and white version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And a little free comic, a little foldy to give away.
Yeah.
Be a fun thing. Well, shit. Well, thanks for stopping by. That's awesome. I'll put the link to it I'll put the XP Comics link onto the
chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat, and I'll put it onto like the video description for going forward. That way, it'll always just be in there anyways. Like I've got like Reverend Self-Destructs on there, my stuff. I'll put you in there too, Andrew. You all right?
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me on later.
Alrighty, everyone. Let's get rid of this stuff here. God damn it. I was gonna go back. I don't know if I want to do the Nephilim and Clown Connection in 15 minutes. Why not? Because that's what I'm saying. Looking at the Joker thing, having Andrew here watching all that, talking about the Joker and the absolute universe. Like there is something to this understanding conspiracy guys thing. Like I've watched it before, so I might let's play it. I'm still drawing my stuff. Yeah. It's good. It's a fun show.
Something you had said on your show with Sam that really blew my mind was how the enemy will use costumes to channel demons. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Like, we're just on the other side of Halloween, and I know that's a big debate amongst Christians too. Like, should we celebrate Halloween? Like, is it innocent? Is it not innocent? But I had never really thought about dressing like something could be an invitation for them to come into your body. So yeah, if you just want to talk about that a little.
Sure. So this is what's known throughout most cultures as a form of ancestor spirit worship. And this is how I've described it, and this is how it's well understood to be in mainly countries that have these very old folk traditions on every continent. It's kind of the oldest tradition usually, and it's not really rooted necessarily in religions. It's rooted in like an old verbal kind of ritual that tribes have done forever, you know, and sometimes they get spiritualized by new religions that come along throughout history, you know, and things get tagged along, but the roots are pretty much the same. So there's two ways it's done by most of these cultures. Either they dress like something in order to channel that thing and gain something from it for the tribe. Either a shaman is allocated to do this specifically within a tribe, or it's a free-for-all and anybody and everybody can all do it at once. It really doesn't matter. The end goal is the same. It's to channel the entity. And what they often dress like in all these different cultures, as I've shown in my series, is they have a very similar thread weaving through. And it's usually they white the skin up with some kind of chalk or paint. They add red lines or patterns or polka dots to the skin. They put on some kind of red feathered headdress or anything to make the hair look darker red or some kind of multicolored. A huge golden crown with many embellishments all over it is common as well. And they wear extremely colorful psychedelic clothing. Now, what I've pretty much described there is a clown by a Western standard, but they all have their own stylistic, aesthetical differences, culturally relevant to each individual area. So, you know, they're talking about the same creatures they call ancestor spirits, because what they're referring to is not ancestors as we, with the English language, would consider that word to be. That's just kind of the only word we have for it, but it's not really what they mean. They don't mean grandma or granddad or your great uncles and aunties from the 1800s or something like that. They mean the ancient ones, the ones who built their culture and civilization that go way back, you know, the ones who built everything that they consider their worldview or structure, the creators of their reality. The Nephilim, the ancient kings and rulers, the only spirits, as I explained earlier, that are actually on the other side for them to channel, the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim from the biblical perspective. But they call them their ancestors. So like I said, they all dress in the same way, like a clown in some level of, they all have their own levels of doing that. So that's one way of doing it. They dress like the thing to channel the thing. That is pretty much the most powerful, common used way of doing it. One really obvious example, which I think a lot of people will know about, is the Haiti, the Vodou culture in Haiti. They dress like something called Baron Samedi, and it's a particular Iwa or god of their pantheon, the father god or the son of the father god, Papa Legba. And it comes from an ancient African ancestor spirit worship culture, which went over to Haiti and then mixed with like French Catholicism and Freemasonry. So it became this very strange looking ritualistic thing where they specifically dress like these Iwas to channel them in order to gain strength, power, and fortune. And the famous image is the cane top hat wearing, skull-faced man with a cigar and some whiskey. Now, they drink the whiskey and smoke the cigar because that's what the demon enjoys having. That's their offering to them. And they do it with the sole intention to be possessed by the spirit of Baron Samedi.
So just to be clear, he's talking about like spirits, like evil spirits, the Nephilims. Like he's not talking about like games or a movie or whatever. You know, like he's talking about in our actual reality here, like evil spirits and whatnot. So just so we're clear, that's what he's proposing, is that they're all dressed up like clowns, or that clowns is like a representation of these assorted Nephilim and evil spirits.
And they're open about it. They tell you that's what we're doing this for. But in quite a lot of cultures, they have this other thing. It's called apotropaic. That's the way you describe this practice. And it's the idea that you can dress like the thing to scare it away or to ward bad spirits off. You dress like them to confuse them or something like that. And the video I'm making currently goes into this heavily and shows a lot of these Eastern cultures who believe that they're doing this to scare away the spirits. I contend that's just stupid. That does not make any sense. Dressing like a demon in the physical realm is not going to scare away a demon in the physical realm. Give them some credit. They're not that stupid. Like we said earlier, they are thousands of years old. You know, I do think there's a bit of a long con going on here. I think this is the idea that if we can convince these cultures that they have any form of control over us, then it keeps them thinking they have a level of power. Therefore, we can stick around, you know, and we'll pretend to be scared away. So then they can keep dressing like us and keep those channels open. You know, I think that's really what's going on. And I've had a few messages where people are from these cultures are getting offended at me saying these things. And it's not like I'm not trying to cause offense by saying this, you know, but it just seems like obvious from my opinion, from my perspective, my research, because there are plenty of these other cultures who do dress like demons with the sole purpose to be possessed by them. They're not scaring anything away. So why would it suddenly scare them away just in a different culture when they're all representing in their dress the exact same creatures? Because you can see the aesthetical similarities across all of them. So getting back to the modern Western clown, you'll find that this comes out of a long tradition of performing clowns known as the Commedia dell'arte movement that came out of Italy. Now, this performing troupe through the Middle Ages up into the 1600s, when it became popularized again, when theatre was allowed during that Renaissance period and that revival of artistry, you'll find they had these stock characters, and one of them was called Harlequin. Harlequin was picked up through the medieval period and added as a stock character by the 16th century because it represented the wild man of Europe. That's where they picked it up, because they were traveling from every country in Europe out of Italy, and they discovered, so they all have this ancient ancestor worship tradition where they dress up like a huge hairy animal monster thing with sharp teeth and a huge club. That's their version of ancestor spirit worship, of channeling or warding away the demons. That's their version. So they incorporated Harlequin based off the French version of the wild man called Helikins, and they added it into their troupe. And that's where we get Harlequin, the first proto-clownish demonic character. And then that through the 1700s to the 1800s, it progressed into the UK, and it became a part of the theatre of the United Kingdom through pantomime. And then through the pantomime, you had the British clown, which was very different from the French clown, the Poirot, the basic white garb, black pom-poms, very sad figure. It was the British clown was more loutish and loud and like a bit of a drunk, a bit of a fool, a clodhopper, falling over all the time. The comedy came from him being foolish and silly. And by this point, Harlequin wasn't what he used to be. Harlequin used to be that character who was foolish and silly and evil and vicious and tricking people and being mischievous, But by this point, he was kind of a boring character who was just always chasing after this woman called Columbine. So there was a void. The demon character needed to come back, and clown took that place in the British pantomime. So there was a role switch. So clown embodies the character of the original Harlequin, who is based off of the wild man tradition of Europe, the ancestor spirit worship tradition, who venerate the Nephilim. So in a historical sense, he is literally a representation of a demon. Like that just goes without me saying. That's what he embodies in the way he acts. That's who he's based off of historically throughout Europe. But there was a costume change done in the 1800s by a shady family called the Dibdins. So Charles Dibdin was a renowned member of the Leicestershire Lodge, number 2426 or something like that. He was actually a very famous musician of that time period. He was kind of one of the most famous media moguls of the time. He wrote so many plays and songs which were sung by the British sailors in the military. He kind of was equated with being the most important musician of the time because he kept the morale up for the wartime sailors, and they sang his songs on the boats, and he kind of was equated with being a brilliant man who helped bring our country to victory type of person, But he had a son by the same name called Charles Dibdin Jr., and he headed up the Sadler's Wells Theatre of that time, who was where the clown and this whole performance was happening. And he kind of hijacked the show. He came in and he said, I'm going to change everything. And this has never been done before, by the way. This is a brand new thing in the 1800s. For hundreds of years, the characters have dressed the same. They've always done the same things. Nothing's changed for centuries. But this son of a Freemason comes along and says, now I'm going to change all the costumes. And he basically changes the way the clown dresses, which used to be a boring, white, plain, nothing servant rag, into this psychedelic, monstrous-looking, fractal, multicolored thing with the crazy wigs. And it was such a bizarre change. There was no reason to do that necessarily. It's a huge jump from boring, plain servant rags to extremely psychedelic, monstrous-looking clown imagery with polka dots everywhere. It was just, where was this inspiration coming from? And you'll find, he did a lot of traveling around India for a long time in that area, and so did his father, and the Freemasons are traveling men. That's what they do. They travel around and they pick up a thing or two and establish their lodges all over the place. And I think they would have witnessed a lot of this ancestor spirit worship in the Indic regions in Indonesia, let's say. And I think that's where he got the inspiration for his costumes, because if you look at the demons and the representations all throughout that region, they look identical to the very first clown costumes. They're wearing the same ritualistic garb and the similar face makeup. So it seems like this son of a Freemason inserted into the most popular artistic form of that time, the theatre, a demon on stage to be venerated. And from that day, that image of a clown was picked up by everyone else. It became the standard. And the demon was inserted into the media that day through an idol known as Joseph Grimaldi, who performed the clown brilliantly. People loved his character. They were obsessed with him. He was a rock star of the day, and he was constantly dressed like a demon, and people idolized him. So other clowns who wanted to be clowns mimicked his dress and the way he looked. He's often equated with being the father of modern clowns, the guy who invented the clown. He wasn't, though. He was just a patsy used to don the costume designed by a son of a Freemason who mimicked it from these ancestor spirit cult worshippers in the East. And he just brought it onto the stage. So it can be traced historically, but it's not talked about. I've kind of uncovered all this.
Ugh. Yeah, there's something about clowns that was just always just inherently creepy. I mean, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. There's something about clowns that is just they're just naturally creepy. Or kind of similar to Vito here that I'm drawing. He's just naturally a creepy guy. Okay, but so, what was he saying? The court jesters he had. I didn't quite get that. How he was saying that they had been. Guy came in and decided to change it. It had for like hundreds of years been.
You know, and I'm trying to show historically something dodgy happened at this time period. There was no reason to change the costumes. It was well established for hundreds. People say he was trying to make his mark on the scene to establish himself in the world of theatre as somebody to take seriously or something. But no, it's too obvious because there's a particular demon in Bali called the Kalasungsang, and this is called that translates to upside down demon. And it's always depicted doing a handstand with its head turned up, looking directly at the person. Basically, like his head is the crotch, basically staring at you with his feet in the air. And you find there are a lot of artwork was made of Grimaldi wearing the clown costume, drawings and paintings of him in the exact same position, showing the exact same expression, looking the exact same way. So I think it was a literal takeaway from Bali culture, specifically, actually, just south of Indonesia, one of the islands there. And if you look at all the masks in that region of the demon masks, they look just like clowns with white faces, big red lips, but they have fangs sticking out, strange patterns on the face. You know, you can trace it exactly where they came from. And since that day, you know, from then on, circuses became a thing. The clown was adopted into the circus, and you find that all the modern the original circuses, were created by Freemasons, the Ringling Brothers and the P.T. Barnum and Bailey. You know, they were all Freemasons. All the brothers were Freemasons, and they even combined together to do a show together called The Greatest Show on Earth. You know, and it was called King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Now, Freemasons are obsessed with King Solomon. They're obsessed with him. They want to keep building his temple. You know, they want to rebuild Solomon's temple in every way, shape, or form. A lot of the rituals revolve around him. They consider him maybe one of the first master masons, but it also goes all the way back to Nimrod as well. He was considered one of the first original masons, and it's very strange, but the two pillars, Yakin and Boaz, are associated with King Solomon's temple. And Yakin and Boaz, the two pillars, are said to be the pillars that survived after the flood. Gary Wayne talked about this. They were the pillars that had the knowledge which corrupted mankind, inscribed on them in language and hieroglyphs created by Enoch, the bad from Cain's lineage. And it's just, that's all secret societies have to link back to this ancient antediluvian serpent worship, veneration of fallen angels and Nephilim gods, you know. And these Freemasons who have this background and this belief and veneration of demons created something called a circus. Well, if you look at a circus, it's just an analogy for a Freemason ritual. It's you have the ringmaster with the top hat. Within a lodge, the ringmaster, the grand worshipful master of the lodge, the leader of the ritual. Is
what? That's a Freemason. That I kind of want to be a Freemason now after seeing this guy. That hat, wearing that big. What else is he wearing? Oh, hold on. Got some bling. Like it. Got big old gap teeth. It makes me feel like normal. Like I just get there and be like, "Hi guys," and they'd give me that big necklace and a fancy hat. Like I'd be smiling too. Shit.
The leader of the rituals is the only one allowed to wear a black top hat, just like the ringleader in the circus. The ringleader orchestrates the clowns. Well, the grand worshipful master in a lodge orchestrates the ritual, which venerates and worships and channels demons. It's the same analogy, you know, but they've just transferred it into a huge grand spectacle and gets the public involved in the ritual. And circuses were a big deal back then. If the circus came to town, you went. What else were you going to do? There was no TV or any of this. You would go, you know, everyone else is going. And the circus itself is kind of like a psychedelic place, you know, full of fractal patterns and designs and spinning light wheels and carousels and all this, and there's flashing lights everywhere. I think it is a tongue-in-cheek representation of this DMT realm where the clowns reside, where the jesters reside, where the demons are. They're trying to create physical representations of spiritual concepts because that opens up channels. It opens up portals. It gives the demons the ability to manifest here physically through the channels that are created who wear the costume, or, you know, in a sense, could be, in a sense, create an environment, an entire environment like a circus, which would then manifest that spiritual concept into the physical and allow more channels to be open. It seems like that's what was going on. Today, circuses are old news. They're old-fashioned. They don't really happen anymore.
Oh, no.
We have TV now. The clowns are on television. The clowns are singing to us in the charts. You know, all the famous people dressed like clowns. Clowns are on television. The clowns are singing to us in the charts. You know, all the famous people dressed like clowns. What's going on? Today, circuses are old news. They're old.
Oh, no, not Robert Smith. Robert Smith is one of the Nephilims too. I knew it. I knew there was something up with Robert Smith all along. So many ex-girlfriends were all devoted to him. How is it possible? There's no way he's not in a league with the devil. I knew it. All right. I just had to go back and highlight that. Maybe for the clips. Just for the clips. Talking trash on Robert Smith. What is he doing? Get out of here, Grandma. Go to bed, Grandma.
They don't really happen anymore. We have TV now. The clowns are on television. The clowns are singing to us in the charts. You know, all the famous people dressed like clowns, or they at least red the hair up, white the skin up, put bright red lipstick on, or some kind of crazy.
The heck? What? Man. It's like she got stung by a million bees. It's horrible. What is that? Can you guys see this? Jesus. Oh, all right. Okay, well, I'll keep going.
Lipstick on, or some kind of crazy multicolored clothing on, or something, because they are doing the same thing. They are channeling.
Okay, well, so that's the end of the video.
I want you to get together.
I want you to get together. All right. Let me go back to that picture of that lady. I want to get to her. Wow. I don't know what that lady's wearing. It's like she's like a reverse Mystique. You guys know what Mystique, you know what she looks like from yeah, there she is. She was in the oh, son of a, it's got it. Yeah, look at that. She's like a reverse version of her. It's kind of crazy. Red? Left eye is red, right eye is blue. Right eye? Left eye. Right eye? Left eye. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, people. I'm getting weird. It's getting. I've been going for like 3 hours. What else should we look up? Let me see here. Let me pull up. Oh, yeah. Do I have something? It seems like I had something in my was it your bookmarks? Is that what it is? That stuff. This is what I was thinking. Maybe. Oh, yeah, here. I will. This look.
Acho que o ar subiu que é.
Não, o ar pra ver que bicho que é. Ela veio pra tirar aí pra filmar.
O zorro? Ela é duro. Tem como do entrar.
I won't do that. That's horrible. People were like, there's a bug in their chicken breast. It's like a weevil or something burrowed in there. Ugh. Or an alien, or it's horrible. I don't want to gross people out too much. This is some guy. Let me get this bigger. This I'm saying. Maybe I should just cover stuff that's on Twitter that's fun. This is like guys that UFO or something.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god, bro, what is that? I thought it was the moon, man. What the fuck, bro? I don't know. Fuck? It's fucking moving, dog. Oh, that territory is drilling. Fucking UFO, man. What the fuck?
Freaking out. I don't know.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Shouldn't everyone be like ready for UFOs at this point? You know, like that's how I feel. But also, I don't know. These are that's what I'm saying. There's so much stuff like every day on here. Oh, this one, something surfing, something massive just surfaced in Myrtle Beach on April 6th. Witness named Cynthia was enjoying her vacation when she captured something chilling in the ocean. A long, massive shape moving through the water, and it does not look like any normal sea creature. Was it just waves playing tricks? Or did she catch a real-life sea serpent? Camera. People are already calling it a modern-day sea monster sighting.
Tell me what you think this could have been.
I'm gonna keep playing. So small and it's so far away. Jellyfish. The weather balloon. See, I don't know if that's supposed to be the front, the back of it. It's really hard to say.
This way. Like creature in the water. This thing is long, whatever it is. Take a look at this footage.
Take a look at
Zoom
the
in.
footage.
Tell me what you think this could have been.
It could be call those a cigar fish. Anybody know what a cigar fish in the cat? Parrot. Good afternoon, all you magnificent bastards. Bastards. Obviously, weather balloon. Garfish is smaller, thin, brown. That's a distinct odor. Yeah, that's okay. That one not really enough of a. I like to look at that stuff anyways. This is the other thing that's like it's getting kind of. I think it's just like a video game. All these like Chat GPT, this Chat GPT telling them it hasn't been an assassination of Charlie Kirk. It's live. Blah, blah, like people finding weird stuff in the AI is just. I don't know. Seems like a normal thing at this point. I figured I'd save this one for Goth Night. A Goth Night, a cyber goth doing a makeover to a beach babe. I think when I got to the end of it, it didn't even show her. I think that was more of a tease or something. some light from Venus bouncing off the moon. Yeah, oh shit. That's what we should look up. Is we should look up and see if the astronauts are supposed to be back. Michael Patrick. Yeah, I just say weird stuff over on theirs. Amish know something about Babylon, possibly. There's what's this? this was see this okay. This is exactly what I'm saying. All these AI and like everything is just like some sort of like bit now. Like everything, it's like everybody is making their own shows and telling their own jokes and making their own setups, and it's getting weird. Like with Alex Jones is now turned against Donald Trump, and I'll show some of this because it's Alex Jones talking with a preacher, and talking about what Alex Jones has to do.
Alex Jones recently starting to criticize.
We have to battle for him. Watch this. I'm gonna give you another scripture.
So they start reading this one Bible verse, right? And it's about how you're supposed to be a battle axe for God.
Thou art my battle axe and my weapon of war. What has Donald Trump been doing on the behalf of this nation? He's a battle axe of the Lord.
And the preacher is going on about the battle axe as a symbol.
Battle axe. Alex, you're a battle axe. Just running around wrecking everybody. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a battle axe. Every Christian is called to be one of the Lord's battle axes.
It's all about this battle axe metaphor. And this battle axe arrives at the office.
What?
The moment they're talking about it, Rob Dew just like takes it in.
He just walked in. This was delivered to the door by FedEx 2 minutes ago. You talk about a biblical sign. This was just delivered.
They delivered. Is it not going backwards?
He's like, what?
They delivered a battle axe just as they were talking about how Alex Jones is a battle axe. Uncanny. I'm just like, I'm watching this, and like this guy's just like amazed and like flabbergasted, just like, how could this be that this man made this battle axe months ago and he wanted to give it to Alex, so then I'm like, like, guy, it's not. Guy, it's like you're watching Scooby-Doo. Like they didn't really, it wasn't really a crime in the Scooby-Doo show. It's just a show. It's a painted hatchet. I mean, it does, I will say it does look like a nice little axe or whatever. Like I don't know if I'd say a battle axe, but definitely to chop some wood, make some kindling with that, definitely. But the rest of the video is just them talking about it was delivered. This is a miracle. This is why did God send him an axe? While they're talking, why didn't God do something like stop an innocent person from being murdered or something, instead of sending Alex Jones an axe in the mail? Like, I'm not saying God couldn't send Alex Jones an axe through FedEx or the postal office or UPS, any of the delivery services or any others, personal like an Uber or something. But it just seems like why that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that really what God is doing? It just seems, I don't know. Saboteur Comics is here. Aloha, all. Saboteur, I do apologize. I wanted to have order your comic on the air at the last Goth week, and I wanted to get it all set and I'm going to set it up, and the campaign was already closed, so I have to negotiate with you behind the scenes to get copies of your Tommy's Meat Market, or unless you're putting it on a different crowdfunding site, whatever you do. I got to get copies of it. Reverend Self-Destruct was showing them off, and I mean, it's an atmospheric reflection of a ship It's over the horizon. Saboteur. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Tank Ferret's got to bounce back to. Oh, he's working. He's at work. Workland. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for stopping in, man. Stop into. I'll put you into the goth night group. But yeah, you're always welcome to stop by. Yeah, I just don't know what this Alex Jones being delivered to Axe though. Like I said, I'm not saying God couldn't do that, but it just seems like he'd have more better things he could do. It feels what it feels like. I'll pull up my incognito window here. I'll show off. I think once free comic book day gets here, which I think is May 2nd. Is that what it is? It's the first free comic book day is the first Saturday in May, which is the 2nd, right? So I'm going to be at Captain's Comics Toys and going to be doing sketches. I'm going to be doing sketch covers. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to be showing off my sketch covers and selling these things. They're blank, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have the next issue of Van Piglet issue 2. I'm gonna have a black and white version of it because we're gonna do the campaign for the colored version. You know, use the black and white as the ash can, raise up a little bit of tension for it. You know, but in the meantime, you can order. Well, actually, if you order between now and the end of the month, between now and Free Comic Book Day, you order the Van Piglet's Goth True Crime Comics bundle. Not only are you going to get the first issue of Van Piglet, right? Not only are you going to get that, not only are you going to get my first embarrassing comics manga project, No Legs, back in 2012 when I called myself Bernard Crowdung. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, you're going to get this as well. Embarrassing, not embarrassing, whatever you want to call it. You're going to get Van Piglet. You're going to get the ash can for Van Piglet. Let us get ash can. And you're also going to get Babies from Hell. I'm going to throw in an issue of the new Van Piglet comic. The second issue. I'm going to throw it in there for free, gratis, for nothing. You order it. Order yourself your own copy of the book, the Van Piglet's Goth True Crime Comics bundle, and you're gonna have to give it a day or two to extra for shipping because I'm waiting for the comics to get back from the printer as we speak. But we'll get one of the new issues, Van Piglet issue number 2, bundled in to the True Crime Goth Comics bundle. But you gotta order it before Free Comic Day. That's what I'm saying. Free Comic Book Day comes. I'm getting rid of all of. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. What else have I got on there? Is there anything else I have on there? I don't even know if there's other stuff. Oh, they're just the yeah, you can just get, or if you just want to get an issue of Van Piglet, I'll throw in the new one too. Same and also I guess that's the other thing I should talk about is yeah, I'll do that real quick. Yeah. Let me pull off that real quick and pull up where the heck is it? Where did the page resistant? Oh, it is. Oh, and the other one's over there. Okay. I just finished sending all of these illustrations for the next issue, Ripperologist magazine, issue 175. That's what I should pull up. Definitely. A whole bunch of like portraits of different characters from the lore of Jack the Ripper. Sir Robert Anderson. You got Sir Melville McNaughton. You got Chief Inspector Donald Swanson. There's some more stuff that you'll see when the new issue comes out. be, I guess, any time here. How do I pull it up here? Is this no. I guess I just gotta pull it up with the if you look in the below, right, and down the links, here we go. There's a link to this site right here. Yeah. It's Ripperologist magazine. Well, it's just Ripperologist. If you put in Ripperologist, you'll find it'll be the first thing to come up. It's the Journal of Jack the Ripper, East End, and Victorian Studies. So it's a free subscription. Subscribe. They send it to you in the email. Comes out twice a year. Or you can download them. Go on here. You can get the download all the back issues. And they are, I mean, these are like, like scientific academic articles about all. It goes back to issue 62. So they've been doing this for a while, right? They've been doing this Ripperologist magazine for a while. So that's what I am. Oh, what they have current issue. I'm gonna have to yell at them. Got current issue is 173. The current issue is 174. That's the issue. It's out. But both of them have some of my art in them. And that's what I wanted to say is, thankful, honored to be a part of the Ripperologist crew here. And you can go on here. That's what I'm saying. You can go on and just oh geez, is it oh it's trying to load it. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can download them off of here. Issue 174 is a PDF file. They're about like 80 pages, 100 pages. And they're solid, solid information. It's not like why is it? I guess I don't have it. Oh no, I probably do have it on the computer, but I didn't share that. Okay. It's going. It's getting close. The heck. Clip. There we go. Got it. Okay. How do I get? Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that puts me over on the side. Cool. What's up, Jim Satala? Hello, Mr. Bean. Good to see you, sir. See ya. So that's what I'm saying. This is the last issue of Ripperologist, issue 174. Feature illustrations by Dr. Ben Anthony. So that's what I'm saying. Every issue I do a few illustrations for them. Let me see. I'm not sure where they're at in this one. I'll just scroll down. But what I'm saying, they're if you're into true crime, it's definitely about the Jack the Ripper crimes, of course, and it's the case that truly really started a lot of the modern. That's not my drawing. Is this mine? No, this is a book review. I've got pictures in here. I swear. These are some maps. I didn't draw these maps. Hold on, guys. I've got something. Son of a gun. It's like I don't have anything. Introducing the suspect, H.H. Holmes. Oh, no. Again, that's a photograph. It's not. They solved that shit, damn it. Well, that's what they've been saying. I think actually this is damn it, where is my? Is that? No, that's not my illustration. That looks like something I would draw. That isn't mine. Hold on. Because I've got an illustration of the oh yeah, this is the one where I put in it's a shout out to Malin, to John Malin. Let me try and blow this up a little bit. There we go. So this is my illustration there. This is London Evening Standard from Tuesday, the 30th of October, 1894, Worship Street. Thomas Power, 28, described as a laborer, was charged on remand with being concerned with others not in custody in violently assaulting a man named Malin and robbing him of 15 shillings. Prisoner is a man well known in this court for exceedingly violent conduct. He's badly crippled, both legs, one arm having been amputated. The sight of one eye is nearly gone, and his head is scarred with old wounds. Evidence of the prosecutor, Malin, was to the effect that he was attacked in the passage of a lodging house in Paternoster Court, Spitalfields, where he was about 1 o'clock in the morning of Sunday the 21st. His head was cut open by a blow from the prisoner's stick, and his pockets were rifled. The police quickly arrived when he raised cries of police, and Constable 6HR said that the prisoner attempted to strike him with the stick, and when seized, threw him to the ground by twisting one of his wooden legs between the constables. The other officer was kicked at the pit of the stomach, and when the prisoner was seized, he threw himself on his back and kicked out with his wooden legs. It was found necessary, as has been proved before, to remove the legs, send for the ambulance, and strap the prisoner down before he could be got to the station. He denied any stealing, and nothing was found on him. Proof of previous convictions for assault were given, and Mr. Bushby committed the prisoner for trial. Yeah, so like I thought that was just fascinating that there was a guy back in 1894 named Malin who was assaulted by let me pull this over so we can just see my thing there. Yeah, see, like I took a picture. I just took pictures of John Malin and drew those in this kind of like 1800s Victorian. Oh, son of a gun. There. So that's the picture at the top, and then that's Malin down here at the bottom on the ground. He's been struck in the head with his beanie. Well, this is after he's been struck, and the police are getting the crippled guy, trying to get him over onto a stretcher. But yeah, I thought that was a good, good shout out for John Malin. Everybody loves Malin. You know what I'm saying? Like, police are there. Imagine a cripple with only one arm, both his legs and other arm amputated. Imagine that, someone like that attacking John Malin. That would be insane. You'd be like, what? What happened? He came out, he hit me with his stick. Like it seems like something that would happen to Malin. Not that I want him to get attacked by a cripple, but you know what I'm saying? Like that seems like the sort of mischief that could see him getting mixed up in. He'd go to C2E2 again or something, and like that's what they would bring out to sick on him this time. Throw a cripple onto him. Like, yeah, play with this, Malin. See, who knows what they would do. But anyways, the next issue doesn't have any John Malin comics, but should be fun nonetheless. What else there's other is this one? Oh no, this looks like a panel from Hell, actually. That's the other thing I need to do is I'm gonna do a review or start reviewing the different Jack the Ripper comics, because like I said, obviously there's From Hell, like the gold standard for Jack the Ripper comics from Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell. Obviously there's that, but there's so many more, and it's, I don't know, I find it fascinating because it's such a, did I miss all the illustrations? Where are the illustrations? It seems like there are other illustrations I did. There we go. One of the suspects, Dr. Tumblety, meeting John Wilkes Booth. It's good. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do the illustrations so they look like they are from the period. You know, like thankfully this is basically how I draw anyways, in this weird scratchy ink style. So, you know, I feel it and the people at the magazine, they're happy with it. They, you know, they always love the stuff. So can't complain. Can't complain. Got listed. I'm an official ripperologist is what I am now. So is this, I still haven't found the darn, there's one in here that's about what freaking what Saboteur is saying. I don't forget. Is this it? No. Is this it? No. Yeah, here, look, this isn't mine, but let me zoom in on this to show you what I'm talking. Show you what I'm talking about. This is, that's not my drawing, but this is, you know, the kind of style I'm going for. Is this old-fashioned, scratchy? It's not quite like realistic, but I don't know what you, I mean, it's, I guess, realistic based, you know. But that's what I want with mine. Is I want them to just look like they fit in these, you know, like they're just okay. Well, so it was this issue. They had a story. I guess that's probably just the things explain what the story is. They had a whole story about the shawl because there was a shawl that was found that was supposed to be the shawl that belonged to one of the victims of Jack the Ripper. I cannot find anything in here. I'm just absolutely retarded. me trying to read, it's just like, it's just so many words. Where are the pictures? All I need are the pictures. That's all. Just the pictures. And there's a whole thing in here that I apparently cannot find because I can't read. But the entire article is all about the you know, the shawl. I'm like going through the evidence and everything that's been presented, and you know, it's all the articles are very well worked too. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole like editorial team that, you know, really goes over the works. You know, it's volunteer submissions. You know, it's just basically academics, people that are true crime enthusiasts. You know, it's a way to get your start into the genre of true crime. Study the granddaddy of them all, Jack the Ripper, and see. Yeah, because they didn't solve it. That's what I'm saying. The thing with the shawl and the DNA test, because they did DNA tests too, and they were like, see, it proves that this was Jack the, and it's like none of them proved anything. Though they did find another fella found one of the first witnesses. Like he uses a different name when he goes to the inquest, right? One of the first witnesses of the first official victim. He gives a different name when he's at the inquest, and there's a whole theory that guy was actually Jack the Ripper. The guy that is listed as a witness and finding the body is actually was hiding his own crime of doing the murders. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much to it, and I guess that's what I should talk about is like here, I'll pull this up because this is no. So maybe I won't. I was gonna pull up the first issue of From Hell, because that's what I need to review for the oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, because I gotta let I'll pause going through the Ripperologist here for a second because obviously I'm no good at reading and streaming at the same time. Mr. Mary Jane Kelly, Jack the Ripper's Last Victim. See, that's what I'm saying. All of these, every issue of this thing is just packed with information. So here, this is, pull up, switch the cameras here. This is the first issue of From Hell, right? And yeah, and Vito has got to, he's got to dry for a second too. So it's, you know, I got to go through with the smoke, stuff I got to erase. I think before I could finish it, I got to let it dry for a minute. So Vito's got to dry. So I'll show you with From Hell at the first issue. What I want to do for the review of it is just, you know, like where do you start, right? Where do you start with From Hell? Because it's an intimidating book. It's huge. Here, look at how freaking thick the collected From Hell is. You know, it's even say it's like 500 pages, 600 pages, 1,000, whatever it is. I mean, it's, compare that to the size of one comic. I mean, it's nuts. So it's like an intimidating book. And they never solve the mystery. Like, what you read all this just to find out that they didn't solve it. And also that the guy in this, Alan Moore, doesn't even think that he did it. You know what I mean? Alan Moore thought that it wasn't even this guy. Like, why even read it? It's like, it's fake news. Why are we reading it? What's the point? There is a point, is what I'm saying here. For one, it starts off with salutation to Ganesha. And that's can't go wrong there with the elephant god, the elephant god of India. It's and he also starts off dedicating it to the victims, right? And it's, this first issue doesn't have any of the actual murders in it. Starts off the old men on the beach. I mean, this is literally the first page. From Hell, being a melodrama in 16 parts by Alan Moore, Eddie Campbell. Prologue, the old men on the shore, not the beach, the shore. And, you know, and it just, I like it. It shows them walking. It tells us the year, Bournemouth, September 1923. That next panel, you can see they're talking, but it's like you can't read what's in the balloon there. Like the words in the balloon are just like little scribbles. And like, I like that because it's like the world we're looking at exists like irregardless of us. You know what I mean? Like it's doing its own thing. It's like, we got to wait for the camera to get close enough so we can hear them. And then they're talking, you know, and they're discussing stuff. They're talking about the murders too, of course, because it's September. And it's two of the guys that were intimately involved. You know, it's the detective Frederick Aberline and this other guy, the Queen's psychic, Edward Lees. And here, yeah, this Edward Lees is at this part. He supposedly he would see visions and have fits. And he tells him in the beginning here, he's like, yeah, I made all of it up. He's like, I saw you. And he's like, watch here. I'll just do a fit. He goes over and pretends to have a seizure. He starts mumbling and he says, I'd sometimes pee in my trousers as well for emphasis. Only during childhood, naturally. I'd purged my repertoire of that device long before I was 19 and first introduced to Her Majesty. But when you said everything, you said it all happened. It was all true. Yes. Yes, on May 25th, we found the cat under a hedge, poisoned by weed preparation. It was small, stiff, nothing interesting about it whatsoever. I made it all up. It all came true anyway. That's the funny part. It's turned quite cold, isn't it? Shall we be heading back? Like, it's just, what do you do? Like, you're an old retired detective and an old retired psychic. They talk about why they talk about the case and like how they kind of like both like signed off or kind of like shut up about it, basically. It's it sets it off for like the conspiracy ideas, like just immediately, but this is the first issue. Talks about what Prince Albert Victor and he was supposed to have been had an affair with a girl that ran the sweet shop. I like these pictures of the old sweets. It reminds me of like Willy Wonka, actually. Cadbury's over in England, apparently Cadbury's is like the only candy company they have, is what I've been told. I don't know how true it is, but it's of course explicit. It's an explicit sex scene, of course, but no murders yet. And that okay, the other part that I wanted to really point out with this, so I'm saying, it's like the first issue here. It does have some about the killer. There's a mouse, a dead mouse, but there's no actual murders of any women yet, right? But it sets up. Oh, we have a brief interlude with the Elephant Man, right? Where is this the part? Yeah, I can't remember if this is the part with the doctor that was the Elephant Man's, or if it's Dr. Gull there. But the Elephant Man was in London in a way, and like at the London hospital right there in the middle of all this. So, but I want to bring out is we get to the end, and it's got the appendix. The appendix to this first volume of the comic, the first issue of From Hell, and this is like one of the ones printed by Tundra. Amazing. Got this for like $5 at a used record store, but it has the appendix where he basically explains like all the different things that happen. He explains like why he portrayed something happening in such a way, right? Like with the sweet shop, like why he puts Prince of Albert Victor there, like explains all the different, every little like minuscule thing. Chapter 2, page 1. Like all these little things. And this is what he continues throughout the whole series, is this, just in-depth research. And I mean, there's so much of it too, like all this stuff about other people that are involved, that knew the different characters, other people that knew Dr. Gull. And okay, this is I think most like the main thing I wanted to highlight with this, right, is Alan Moore wasn't proposing that Dr. Gull was actually the killer in the, you know what I mean? Like when he talks about this, he's talking about they see the prologue, The Old Man on the Shores, based upon a tentative suggestion put forward by the late Stephen Knight in his book Jack the Ripper: The Final Solution. That's the book that came out in '77 that alleged that Dr. Gull was Jack the Ripper, and that was to all cover an illegitimate royal baby, etc. Knight points out that Robert Lees, the alleged psychic who claimed to have solved, and he has it like in quotation marks, the Whitechapel murders, had his family roots in Bournemouth. He also, he explains, he also points out that Inspector Fred Aberline went to live in Bournemouth after his somewhat abrupt retirement from the police force in the wake of the Cleveland Street scandal in 1889. The scandal involved a police raid on a male brothel situated at number 19 Cleveland Street. The raid unearthed several wealthy or high-placed clients, including Prince Eddie, the Duke of Clarence in Avondale, and becomes relevant later in the course of our narratives. Knight goes on to claim that upon the death of Fred Aberline in 1928, one Nelson Edwin Lees was appointed the old man's executor. The implication is that the two men may have kept in contact long after the events of 1888's terrible autumn, from which I have gone on to hypothesize concerning the walks they may have enjoyed together, the topics their conversations may have spanned. So, he's basing everything on, he's going through all this research to create the story, you know what I mean? And filling in, all the blanks and all the parts that, he explains in the way he kind of calls it, he says that Robert Lees, the psychic, claims to have solved the murder, with this. And the other part I need to find is there's a facts discussion between Alan Moore and Dave Sim, where he's basically saying that he's not he doesn't look at the Dr. Gull as the actual suspect. He's just using Dr. Gull because that's an interesting story device, right? Oh, he's the Queen's doctor. That's makes it more interesting. And what I find fascinating about that is that even though he approached it as if it's a false story, that is still what so many people take from it, is that's what he's saying. They're oh, well, that's obviously means that he thinks Dr. Gull was the killer. I get it. Okay. And it just, I just find it fascinating the way that reality and pop culture is affected by so many of these different comics, or by Jack the Ripper, definitely. But then also by, like I said, by From Hell. I mean, it's definitely the most well-known of all the From Hell, or the Jack the Ripper comics. But we have, I just got the second part of an issue that I was looking for too. I found out that this story of Star Trek, Kirk's crew is possessed by the spirit of Jack the Ripper. It's actually a two-part story. It takes place in next issue of Swell. Red Jack is back, part 2, Wolf at the Door. And it's written, the story is written by Tony Isabella, who is the creator of Tigra. Yeah. Tony Isabella, Tom Sutton, Ricardo Legrand. But yeah, and it's of course based, there was an old episode of Star Trek where the spirit of Jack the Ripper they got onto the Enterprise somehow and was killing people. That's what I mean. It's Jack the Ripper being a story and a modern myth is what I find fascinating about it, right? It's I'm not even interested. I'd never try to figure out who I thought actually did all the murders. There's no way I could keep all that stuff straight, But I love finding like what the world was like, what those people lived, you know, like what their whole you know, like just what the reality was. I find that just super fascinating. So anyways, that's what I'm saying. Like that's where to start. I'll start with From in Hell rather than being intimidated by a, you know, 1,000 pages of black and white. That's the other thing. It's black and white, unless you get the color version. But it's a huge, intimidating. Get out big of a book, Jesus! Rather than being intimidated, just get the first issue. Just read the first issue. That's all you gotta do. If you like that, then keep getting more. I don't even know. Well, I guess they had, when they did the color ones, they came out like single issues. So that might be the thing to do. But yeah, I mean, you can find the first single issues pretty easy on eBay. They're not expensive. So that's my recommendation. Go check out From Helm and no. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, the cat's getting restless. I gotta finish doing my picture here. Yeah, that's I'm gonna call it for now. We've been going, it's 4 hours. I think that's good. Let me pick a outro here for us, and hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And tomorrow night we're doing Comics Gate Goth Night. As always, Sunday night, 9 p.m. And you know, this was just oh no, I don't want to play that. God dang it, what am I doing? I want to play I'll set that as the outro. No, I just want this I just figured a little comics group. Hail Van Pickle! Yeah, the comics group, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a random association, loose, informal association of comic creators, fans, readers, reviewers, maybe even people that don't make comics or that hate comics. They can join too. It's a comics group. All right, guys, that's what I got. Like I said, order your copy of V and Piglet Goth True Crime bundle before Free Comics Day, and I'll throw in a free copy of the second issue. But you gotta mention it or something. You gotta mention it on the on the tag. You order it. But shit, until then, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. You know, keep reading comics, keep making comics, and if you gotta ask, then you already.
Yo, why is he looking at me like that? What's up, little bud? You got a staring problem, pal?
Like what, dude? He's just looking at you. He's a baby.
Look at his face. Dumb little face.
Stop.
Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog.
I just say, please, it's too much booty. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep booty to the good war. We have to keep booty to the good war. 365, damn, she fine. Hope she can suck it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low, to the windows, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. All these bitches crawl, ski, motherfucker, ski, goddamn, ski, motherfucker, ski, goddamn, so grown, so fresh, so clean, get you fucked that, put your finger ass in me, on my mind. This bitch, you're fine, and I came to the club out 11 times, now can I play with your family line?
All right, next up, the rock star, the one and only, Thick Comics publisher, Dr. Ben. It's thick, right?
Dr. Ben says not enough. When you're a hot cousin gets stuck in the dryer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You think those videos are doing it? You think that's why everyone's trying to bang their cousin?
Someone says, believe all the rumors. Not sure about that. Yeah, I mean, you know, difficult with this stuff.
They're trying to shut us down, Josh.
Oh, you're back. Yeah, I think the
let us get there. Goth True Crime Comics, it says.
Van Piglet issue 2. All you need to see, all you need to see is Van Piglet here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. So Van Piglet, that is funny.
What's green and smells like pork? It's rhetorical.
It's me, Van Piglet, and this is Dr. Ben's comic.
Dr. Ben's Comics here says Van Piglet is the best. I agree with you. It's hilarious. And thank you.
Go ahead, Apex. Go ahead. I want you.
You know what would be a great children's book is Dr. Ben's Comics Van Piglet, a true crime story that is a warning about satanic evil and as a message of faith in Christ and the power of prayer in Jesus' name.
Stop making sense, Apex.
Right?
I can also tell you later.
Ben Anthony, the definition of underground, I think that MFT said one time. Sure is.
And it hit a meta level when some weirdos like Armor Glitch were like, yeah, this does coincide with a lot of our comics group. Like, what are these people? What are those? What are those? Head wounds. What are those people with head wounds? What are those people with late comic books? Yeah, tons of people with late comic books. They need to be subjected to the Better Business Bureau, and I'm here to say, suffer.
Even get tired of gooning. I just say, please, it's too much gooning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep gooning. We're gonna goon more. We're gonna goon.
Jealousy, too hot, too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night. They told me I was going to lose a fight. Leave behind my wuthering heights. Heathcliff, it's me, Kathy. Come home, I'm so cold. Let me in at your window. Heathcliff, it's me, Kathy. Come home, I'm so cold.
Yo, dude, you remember me? Where? That Sleep Token concert. I fell down in the pit and you saved me. I do remember you. Yeah. I'm doing all right. This guy right here is a hero.
Oh my gosh, you like Sleep Token?
I love Sleep Token.
You remember me? That White Monster Energy concert. I fell down in the pit and you picked me up. I do, dude. How you doing? I've been doing great thanks to you. Yo, this guy, he's a real winner. Thanks, man. Oh my gosh, White Monster. I love White Monster.
Piglet is the scariest part when you fucking come. No! It's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window. Oh, let me have it. Let me grab your soul away. Oh, let me have it. Let me grab your soul away. You know it's me. You know it's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window. Heathcliff, it's me, Kathy. Come home. I'm so cold. Let me in your window.
I just say please, please, it's too much booty. Can't take it anymore. Mr. President.
It's me.